AZ Jones, dude, good morning. How you doing this morning? I finished setting up here. Hey, Night Train, how you doing? Computer chick. Hi, hi, hi. You need to get an puppet on my. Yeah, I should. Hey, Val. How you doing?
Okay, how you doing?
Okay.
I was waiting for you, Roger.
Yeah.
Why you take so long?
I don't know.
Oh.
I woke up not too long ago. Hey, Paul.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
How
Good
you
morning,
doing?
Paul.
Val's on her way to work again.
Yep.
I am. Well, on my way to someplace.
How is the job going?
Well, it's not quite a job. We got a lot to talk about.
Hey, Herman. Good morning.
So just helping out.
Well, I
have an interview this afternoon.
I did hear it wasn't a permanent position.
Well, it's not real. Yeah, it just can't be. But I have an interview this afternoon.
Good for you.
And they said they're extending me an offer, but they want to talk a little bit more about what I want.
Okay.
I
Cool.
said, okay. I want lots of money.
You go, girl.
I want to be a princess.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
That's right. And do as I say, not as I do.
Uh-huh. And if you want to know how well I get along with people, you can just watch Louis P. Floyd.
Yeah.
He is helping me build. He's having a great time.
No frustrations, no cares, no worries.
That's right. It's how I roll.
I find it's interesting how people have different opinions of how things go.
I like the fact when he started telling me it wasn't rocket science.
Yeah.
Just do this. It's not rocket science. Really? Because it seems like it.
Yeah,
he's the one.
Computer chick Val can't see can't see the chat.
Yeah, I can't see it. Hi, computer chick. Hi, Herman. Yeah, I told him, I said, you're the one who said you had NASA-like skills when it comes to soldering. That sounds like rocket science.
Yeah. Well, I
they keep rockets.
On the skunk hunt side.
Yes.
There is something out there in one of the traps overnight. I don't want to get too close to look inside because it's as you saw them there, they're white. You can't see from the outside, but the gate's down. It's got little holes, and I wasn't going to get up there and peek through the hole. So
can you just have your drone drop down and look in?
No, if you get close to the box, wouldn't you smell it?
Well, no, because they will not spray in a confined.
Yeah, but I mean, the smell still stays on just the same. You could probably still smell.
I don't have a very good whiffer, so.
Okay. Hey, Phantom Hodges, how you doing?
Hey,
but you do have something in the cage.
Something.
Was it underneath it, or was it? Where did he put the cages?
Right next to the flagpole down there where the ramp starts.
Oh.
Because we were trying to trap them up by the garage and up by the house.
Yeah.
And they set another trap across over to the other side of the birch trees where the bird feeder is. And that that didn't get triggered. But this one, when I went down the ramp this morning, because to cover them up, I was out there at 5:45. Because I have to cover them up because I don't want to trap squirrels, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
And I heard this little rustling around inside there, and I looked, and the gate door is down, and the gate door is solid except for a few little air holes.
Okay.
All right.
Hey,
Oh.
So what is it, Paul?
Paul?
don't know.
Oh,
Probably the neighbor's cat.
Well, that's what I'm going to be watching for him to pull up, because I'm going to say, you know, can you tell what it is? And because if it's a cat, I said, let him loose, you know, because I've caught on the camera a few times at nighttime a black cat that comes from that area right by. It doesn't come into my yard, but goes across my yard and across over to the neighbors.
Yeah. The only reason I say it may not be a cat is because cats will get mad and start meowing like crazy. And they usually won't stop. But,
Yeah, but see, I don't know how many hours it's been in there.
Hey, good morning, Herman.
Good morning.
Herman,
hey,
what's up,
Aaron.
good
How's
morning,
it going,
Herman.
Doc?
there's the heart and soul of the flying community in New York City.
Well, I mean, I'm here. I don't know about the heart and soul. There's some guys out there doing some real crazy things.
That's what I heard, Herman.
Well,
What are they doing?
with it being New York, you're going to have that, you know? You're going to have that. The same way with any other major city, I'm quite sure there's somebody out there doing something that they really shouldn't be doing, even though some cities, you do have clearance to fly in most places. Here in New York City, you can fly, but there's a lot of places that's off limits, and those are the shots that you want. And there are guys who are not willing to, like when you mentioned yesterday about the 135, and I'm like, oh, you can't even get guys to get a 107 to fly in some of these places legally. They'll
Right.
just set up camp and fly over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing about New York, is that some of the places you can fly from, you can fly over to the places you can't fly to or fly from. And they do it.
Mm.
Dr. Hodges, how you doing this morning?
Huh.
Hey, not bad, not bad. I'm not going to be here too long today. I got some driving to do, so.
Oh,
Hugh.
Morning, Val.
and Hugh, how you doing this morning?
Not so good. Having a rough morning, to be honest.
Okay.
I installed an air conditioner and blew out half the electrical in the top of my house, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, ow, ow, ow.
It's an old house, right?
Yeah,
Old wiring. Whoa.
gonna have to call an electrician in.
Is it old knob and tube wiring, I would imagine?
I don't
Or you
know.
circuit breaker.
Yeah, I checked those, Herman. Nothing's flipped, but I've lost power to half the upstairs.
Have you got fuses or breakers?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Breakers.
You got breakers?
Are you sure none
Yep.
of them are in trip?
I tripped them all and tripped them back all. Yeah, I did the normal, the normal kind of.
Herman's the electrician. Herman's the electrician.
It's got a
Yeah, they're all fine. Like I flipped them over and flipped them back. There was nothing tripped. and then still-
riser that goes upstairs.
Yeah, so I don't
Well,
know
Herman,
what-
is
what's
it
going on.
possible that half the house is on one circuit of the 220?
What is possible is that he's lost the leg taking the power upstairs.
Yeah.
Have you got a GFI upstairs someplace?
I don't know, Paul.
In the bathroom?
Don't know. Not sure.
The chipmunks.
GFI's got the two buttons in between the trip, like if you're in the bathroom near water.
Yeah, but you wouldn't wire the house through the
Well,
GFI.
I have seen it, Herman, where people wire off the back side of them as a continuing.
I don't think we're going to be able to troubleshoot it on the drone hub. But anyway, I just sharing my misery this morning.
Well, my one question is, Herman, is I know that some of the older circuit breakers, when they first put them in, when you took the panel off, you
Mhm.
had those two big fuses behind there for like 220. And what my thought was is maybe one of those fuses is blown and he's not getting power
To half the
because it
panel.
takes off different legs, right, Herman?
Oh, he's got power on his main because he's got power in the house.
Right.
Whatever riser is going upstairs, whatever they split the circuit, that's probably where he's lost it.
So here's the interesting scenario. It happened in my son's room. Half of his room still has electricity, but the other half doesn't.
Yeah.
And my bedroom across the hall doesn't have power anymore. But yet half of his bedroom on one wall still has power. So
I'm
It's
telling
very
you, the
strange.
chipmunks got your wires,
yeah,
man.
maybe.
And what about the light on the ceiling?
No, it's out.
Okay, I would look up there and see if there's a splice that comes out from there.
Yeah, I'm not
If
going to do
it's not
anything.
lost.
I'm not an electrician. I'm going to call somebody. Anyway, very strange.
Yeah, it's another thing on the to-do list, Hugh.
Uh,
And you got lights on your steps.
well, we've got lights in various places. Things are working, but some stuff's not working.
Some,
Hey,
yeah,
Red Dog Jones, how you
Anyway,
doing?
you don't worry about it. I just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah.
I think like Herman says though, and nothing you can do about it. But I think that you've lost one leg of the 220 circuit because they never run them
I don't
in
know.
parallel.
I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, Hugh, it's the chipmunks getting back at you.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe they've attacked your electrical.
Yeah. Well, no, I installed an air conditioner this morning and plugged it in. That's when it all tripped. So, yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Drones make me happy.
Yeah, poor Herman's sitting there and he can't even fly with his ankle problem.
Batteries sitting there in storage mode.
Okay. I know here there's no flying today. It's raining. It's going to be raining soon. It'll get rain all day.
You gotta get the fly on before it rains.
Well, I do have to go right now.
okay, bye. Oh, it's beautiful here. I just checking, especially the UAV forecast. The highest the winds are going to be is 11 mile an hour and no rain.
Okay.
It rained yesterday in the evening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had rain here
you
yesterday.
and Lawrence were talking about it was getting darker and
Oh, by the end of the show, it was rumbling out there.
Yeah, I was laying my back in the boat there doing some wiring for
Mhm.
my new control panel. I got about 4 things hooked up and it started raining, so I had to give up.
We'll be getting the rain soon.
boy, that flowering bush really is going to town there, Roger.
Mhm.
Looking good.
There's going to be a lot more. Since I've been here, makes what, 11 years now? That's the only bush of flowers I got. I always wanted to plant some, but the hell with it. One's enough. Yeah, so yeah, today is gonna be a miserable day, but
Mhm.
I'll make do of it.
Yeah.
And I washed my car yesterday. It's gonna rain today.
That's always the way, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
now we can blame Roger for that, right?
No, it's okay though. It's I'm not going anywhere, so
It'll be
it's
all
gonna
right.
stay clean. It's
Yeah.
gonna stay clean.
How's Miss Roxy today?
She's doing fine. She's as usual.
Guarding the
Thank-
front door, huh?
Yeah. There she is.
Oh yeah.
Ever vigilant.
She's got the cannon loaded and aiming out the door.
This is early in the morning for me.
Yeah, see that. How come you're up so early?
I gotta go to the doctor.
Oh,
Ah,
it's good. Oh, I hope you get really good news.
Well, it's not about my ankle. They you know, it was when I got hurt, it was a whole series of different things. So I got a doctor for this, a doctor for that.
Ah, okay.
So I got to go for the doctor about my back.
Oh no.
Well, it's just you know, they did the shots a while ago, and they just want to, you know,
follow up.
do a follow up.
What, cortisone?
Yeah, I believe that's what it was. It just that. Well,
there.
one time they did this other thing where they don't ever want that again. They use like I think like a radio wave or a sound wave or something like that on the nerve,
Yeah.
and they just let it sit there, and I'm like,
Painful.
it feels like they're splitting your body in half.
Oh God.
The
Yeah.
weight.
I had an injection in my back one time. They sat me on a hospital bed, but I had to bend over the tray for food. And when they stuck the needle in, it was putting it in. All of a sudden, my knee come up and bang, hit the table, and all sent it flying. The nerve, eh? Oh, it just.
Yeah, that happens
Yep.
because I used to get them in the thoracic spine too.
Yeah.
And what it would do would make you do stuff like this because
Yeah.
feel it, and you can feel like somebody's tickling you on your ribs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because the nerves in the thoracic spine go onto the rib area.
Yikes.
It's crazy.
Maybe when I got the shots in my back, they used to hit the right place where it really hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I get the pain right underneath my toenails. So I knew to hit the right spot.
Yeah, that pain just travels seconds.
Yeah. Don't move. Oh yeah. Don't move. Oh yeah. Okay.
Can't move.
I remember like just a very few years ago, they have you hug the back of the chair. They're going to do a spinal tap, and they take that long needle and they plunged it in it, and they missed and hit a nerve, and I went, all my arms and legs went straight out, and they pulled back out, and they said, "Oops."
Oops. Oh, my God. Yeah.
I've had 2 back surgeries. Actually, I had one back surgery 2 months. They had me right back in again. Did a major one after that. But I got pins and screws in my back. So
Okay. Well, me, I had 4 operations in the back in 3 months, and that was it. No more.
Yeah.
And the government says I'm not handicapped no more. Yay, it's a miracle.
yeah.
You say you're not handicapped anymore?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
he's
permanent disability and handicap.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he gets a letter that says, well, you got to prove it again. What?
Yeah.
So you gotta go back to work?
No, they cut off my supplement check from my pension. It says you're not handicapped anymore. Because I didn't send no papers, and they said apparently I didn't send no papers in 2019 saying I'm handicapped. You gotta send those papers in every year apparently.
Why?
Which this is the first time I've done it since 2012.
Okay.
You know?
I was just
So
wondering
first time they asked me for it. Hey Nanya.
how that
So now I sent all the papers into the government and all that, but I still got the letter saying that I'm not disabled anymore.
That's why Roger says it's a miracle.
Yeah. Oh, I'm fighting it. I got to phone back on the 28th.
Well, the miracle is, how can, and I know this is a rhetorical question, but how can government offices do some of the stupidest things in the world?
Well,
You know, what's the guy got to do? Show up in a wheelchair?
I talked to my doctor, and her husband is a paraplegic. Okay, and they're asking for more proof every year that he's a paraplegic. And she's a doctor, you know what I mean?
It make you want to just go right up to their office and sit down for a while
Yeah,
for them to figure it out.
Hey, good morning, Anya.
Nanya, glad to see you. Hope you're doing good.
Yeah, you just go down to their office and sit down for a while.
Hey, Nanya.
Yeah.
JDS says it's a miracle, Raji.
Shit.
And my brother phoned me too yesterday, and they cut down his check too, his pension check. So now they're going after all the elder senior people here in Canada, I guess, to try to get money back for that.
Well, they want you guys to die off and stop taking money.
I guess the corona wasn't enough.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you're not contributing to society anymore, so we're gonna get rid of you.
That shit, they contributed already.
I was
Yeah.
talking to my wife last night, Roger. In Ontario, it's the opposite of Quebec. You get more, like once you turn 65, you get more monthly income than you do when you're on disability.
Not here.
It's different. It's different. Yeah.
Well, that's what it is. They took it from you to give it to them.
It's here in Quebec. I don't know. You know, they want more people to die of heart attacks at 65, so they won't get the full pension. That's why they start giving them problems with the papers and all that. And, you know, get them stressed up and everything, and they get heart attacks and they die. So okay, well, that's one off the check. No more money to them. You know, that's how they're doing it here in Quebec. A bunch of a-holes. Anyway, off to politics this morning.
So
Well, yeah, actually, I don't call that politics. I call it just mass stupidity.
Yeah.
you know,
Because it doesn't make a difference what party they are. It's just that they're just not providing what you have paid into the system to get throughout a lifetime.
Did anybody see that video from XJet where the FAA took his part of one of his videos and used it in a promotional thing in the States?
Oh,
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
asked
well,
people-
XJet's in Australia, but
New
he had a
Zealand.
video and the FAA stole it. They zoomed in on it so he couldn't see his watermark or anything. So anyways, it made it around the internet. All of a sudden now that video has disappeared.
wow.
wow.
Hey, Johnny West, long time no see. How you doing?
You know, talking about pension, Roger, my father says to me, he goes, I'm doing better than they expected me to do. I said, what do you mean? He retired at 65, he's 84, and he's still getting it.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, I had a
Oh, is that
grandfather.
right? Yeah,
I had a
okay.
grandfather that was a county clerk for 37 years, and then he retired and lived to be 94, and he kept getting his pension. He used to grin every time he get his check.
Yeah, because the guys that are working now keep that money coming.
Yeah, I know a lady here, well, a good friend of ours. Yeah, she was a teacher, so she gets a pension check from them. Plus, her husband was in the military and stuff, and because he was a veteran and all that. Well, he passed away, but she still gets a survivor benefit. Holy mackerel! You would see the money she makes every month.
Mhm.
Just unbelievable.
And they just put it right in your bank account.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody hit the like button.
Oh yeah, maybe I better go over and do that.
No, hit the like button.
Yeah, I
You
keep
did it
forgetting
on
because
the
I.
way in or
Talk about forgetting. Did you take your meds this morning, Paul?
Thursday.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because I found I forgot to give Mia her medicine yesterday,
Uh-huh.
so I doubled it up today.
Okay.
Because she gets gabapentin for pain in her spinal column.
So you doubled her medication this morning?
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's gonna be walking all over.
Oh, she'll be doing backflips.
reminders, Paul.
Well, the gabapentin from what I understand, it builds up in your system. So therefore, if you miss a day, you can give the pill back again, and it still kind of levels out over a period of time.
Okay.
I don't know. That's my theory anyway, because after I did it, I started thinking the same thing. Maybe I shouldn't have given her an extra
Oh,
gift.
Johnny West, the border's still closed for a hell of a long time. Yeah, it's not ready to open. Hey, B Max, Ariel Visuals, how you doing this morning?
I think it's closed, what, till the 21st of August
Yeah, well, it won't.
at this point.
It's not gonna open then either.
I don't think it's gonna open here.
There's really no positive for Canada to agree to open the border, because this forces everybody to shop and stay in Canada.
Yeah,
Spend-
exactly.
Because as you know, border crossings and stuff are really busy. A lot of my Canadian brothers come over here. They shop at the big grocery stores. They fill up the fuel on the gas. They do all that, and then they diddy-bop back across again. And if you think about it, you know, the grocery stores and the gas stations got to be going, yes, gotcha.
Well, we made the news here in St. Thomas because we've been 0 COVID cases. All of a sudden now we got 6.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
And Paul, what makes me wonder when you got 6 is what they did here in St. Clair County. We're north of Detroit, about 60 miles.
Yep.
They shipped a whole bunch of them up here.
Yeah.
And they get counted in this county, but they live in Macomb or Oakland or Wayne County.
Yeah. But they said there's only 1 case in the hospital. The rest are all, sent home, I guess.
I think we got 30 or 35 cases in the hospital here, all from the metropolitan Detroit area.
Oh, my. Wow.
And our hospital here is a member of a big montage of hospitals all over Southeast Michigan. So it's like they just transfer them around,
Yeah. Because the hospitals all there in the States are all privately owned, aren't they?
Yes.
See, they're all government owned here. So
The only government hospitals we have here are VA hospitals, I believe.
yeah.
Well, we have city-run hospitals here that God,
Don't get Herman started.
Yeah, but if you're here in Ontario, even though everything's government run, we got all this free healthcare and all that. You want a MRI or something like that, or you wait 6 months to a year. Down there, you can probably get one tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
Really?
you get it.
Not really. It depends on your insurance company.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's also insurance and how deep your pockets are.
I miss my health care down in Virginia, man. I had a good plan and it was amazing.
Well, there's a lot of Canadians go down to Buffalo down there, and they'll actually pay and get one tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, Ari.
There he is, all the way from Australia.
Almost.
He's almost
Good-
there. He's got to
good
turn
evening.
his camera on, I think.
B Max Aerial Visuals is actually here in Houston, counting the VA. We've got 4 government
Or
hospitals.
government, huh?
Wow.
Hey, you're almost there, Ari. You got grace.
Oh, dear.
You just got to select the right camera.
Yeah, we have
On the
here
left-hand side down below.
in just north of us here in London, they got a couple big hospitals, but they're all teaching hospitals.
Yeah,
So, especially the university one.
We have a lot of medical people come across the border here to work in our hospitals
Yeah.
because because they're essential personnel. They just come right across the bridges.
A lot of Canadians, yeah.
And then you get 25% more on their paycheck when they come across the border.
Right. David's here.
Hey, look at that. David.
Hi, folks.
Okay, Harry.
Uh,
Yes, they've installed them.
Well,
I
here,
used to work at McGill University. I worked there for a while, but then my wife fell very sick, and
Oh dear.
I had to give up the job to take care of my wife and kids.
well, here are some of the hospitals that are affiliated with universities are the better hospitals.
Usually are, right?
Yeah, but the problem here at university on teaching hospital, instead of having a doctor come in and look at you, there's like 10 people come in.
Yeah, they come in like a swarm and they're all around the bed eyeballing you.
Hey,
I'm only in here for a toenail infection.
I'm fine with that. Just in case it hurts, 5 of you can figure it out.
That's it.
I don't care how many it takes to screw in a light bulb, as long as you get it in.
Yeah, Herman, I don't know if you know or not, but I ordered some LED light bulb
I
light
saw you.
systems, you know.
The 3 lights that
Yep.
you're going to put it dead center underneath the ramp,
Yeah.
so that way
Hi,
it
Sam.
blinds all the animals underneath
Yep,
the ramp.
yeah, yep. I'm gonna give them an eye exam if they dare.
Okay.
Hey, good morning, Sam.
Sam, how you doing? Good morning.
So I take it there's nothing in the traps this morning, then, Paul.
Oh no, I got something out there. I'm waiting for the guy to show up.
All right.
Oh,
Paul's not brave enough to look in the hole.
Yeah, they only got these little holes where the door went down, and I went down the ramp with the towels to cover them up at 5:45 so that the squirrels don't get in them.
Yeah.
And I hear this little rustling in there because it's a square tube, and you can just hear this little rustling going on in
Well,
there.
just take a stick and poke it in the hole. If it stinks, you know what it is. If it goes, rant, that's a cat.
so you didn't get any video of it entering the trap?
No.
No, because if Paul leaves his cameras on at nighttime, he'll get up and he'll look at his cameras all night.
Yep.
He'll
Roger,
listen.
Roger yelled at me. Go get some sleep. It'll still be there in the morning.
So all you got to do is leave it and let it record, right?
Well, here's the thing: is now I got to figure out why my camera on the driveway cam,
Right.
it doesn't allow me to go back and look at the video. It says there is no video available.
Uh-oh. Told you they had a bear friend.
Yeah.
He unplugged it.
So I
So-
think I probably got to reset it or something.
Well, Paul, do look I did. I got hold of the name of the company and I sent them a letter asking why this wasn't working, this isn't working. They sent me a letter back telling me what to do.
Okay.
It's usually me that sends people letters telling them what to do.
Well, I've been kind of waiting, and I just discovered this morning that it wasn't working because it had been working. That's the camera that I got all the deer pictures and everything else with.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was waiting for the expert Robert to come on here again. So, Rojo.
Oh, Joe.
Well, we're gonna have a full house this morning. That's great.
Wow, there's
And here's
Eric.
Harry.
There's Ari.
Hey, Harry, how you doing?
Long time no see.
He's probably
Morning.
having audio
People
problem.
really do like drones, huh, Paul?
Yep. Did you see what Sam Hayden wrote? I says it's a nice sentiment, but a wrong example, I think.
Yeah.
All right, I might have a worker now. G'day,
There we
everyone.
go.
Hey, there you
There you
go.
go. It's working okay. Hey, BMAC Aerial Visual, post a link to your channel.
Ari,
G'day, Grumpy. What's up?
that's like almost a boxing match, isn't it?
Yeah, well, new computer, reinstall everything, and then, oh, damn, I haven't used Zoom yet. So, how are we all?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good.
Hanging in there.
It's good to catch up with you all. It's been a while
Yeah.
with one thing or another, and I've wound right back on the social media. But yeah, you know, all the girls are in the other room doing the girly stuff, and I thought surely there's got to be somebody online.
Oh yeah, Roger's always here. Roger's always. What time is it over there, Ari?
It is 11:24 p.m., so it's almost tomorrow o'clock.
Oh.
No.
Well, David's been out touring Scotland, and he came back yesterday.
Yep. And off again tomorrow for the weekend.
Yep.
That's why I came back, so I could get ready to go away again.
You got to be careful of those Scots. You know, they're a bit like terriers. They'll let you into the yard, but sometimes getting out's a problem.
Well, he had to come back to how did you put it, David?
Tanks were full. I had to empty them.
Empty the tank.
Yeah, I've got the chat up, man. I'm just catching who's ever. Hello, Ananya and Brian and everybody. It'll take me too long to say hello to everyone.
Sam Hayden leaves, I think, today, going to visit his honey in Indiana,
Illinois.
Close.
B Mac just posted the link to his channel, so whoever wants to get his channel up, check out his link.
Ari, Sam Hayden is a 911 supervisor. He regales us with some of the sad yet funny 911 calls they get.
That is not a job I would like.
Yep.
I don't know anyone who's done that job, the equivalent job here in Australia, but my uncle was at one time the senior police prosecutor of in the state, and he used to let me read some of the case reports that went through the courts, and you know, a few of them stick in my mind. I drove into the yard that wasn't mine and hit the tree that I wasn't there. My favorite, I think, was the last thing I remember is the face of a gentle, kindly old gentleman as he bounced off my windshield.
Oh,
Yeah, Sam, your job would be a lot easier if it wasn't for the people.
Yeah.
That's what. Do you ever get tempted? You know, somebody rings up and says, "I've just shot myself in the foot." Well, it serves you right for being so bloody stupid.
Yeah. or Sam had a girl come into the call center, and she was crying and carrying on, and they calmed her down and talked to her. They said, "What's the matter?" "My internet's out." Oh my God.
Well, that's an emergency in today's age. Just ask my kids.
oh yeah, for sure.
You're looking disgustingly healthy, Hugh, for a man of your tender years.
Well, thank you, sir. Likewise, good to see you. Good to see you looking good.
Yeah, I'm doing better. They've got me on a new treatment, and it has its drawbacks, but I'm doing better.
Good to hear. Glad to hear about it.
Ari, I heard that you are the one and only man that hooked up Tim's new computer and got it running for him.
Yeah, well, remember, guys, if he annoys you, it was somebody. I didn't meet him. Somebody on YouTube referred him to me, so it's all your fault.
In case anybody's interested, John Donato just posted a short video on YouTube. Some bears running across the road in front of him.
We've had this bear spoof before.
From JDS.
Yeah.
Barely speaking. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit like David Crockett, isn't he? You know, killed him a bar when he was only 3.
Yep.
Chaos, how you doing, FPV?
Ari, JDS encountered a bear, and he was running from the bear, tripped and fell. I don't know if it was down a ravine or anything, but really screwed himself up. And the bear just looked at him, shook his head, and walked away.
That is the kind of thing that had happened to me. And look, I don't blame him at all.
Yeah.
We've gone over this business about how dangerous the wildlife is in Australia. I don't care what you think, man. If I saw a bear, I would be heading the other way at Mach speed. Full ahead both, buddy.
I reckon.
Hey,
Well,
Rick, what, you on a break already?
Sam Hayden's talking about poisonous spiders in there
Yeah.
in the chat.
Well, also Sam is the one when I got my new computer helped me get it up and running as we did it live.
That's right. There's nothing like broadcasting all of your mistakes to the world so everyone can know you.
Good morning, Carpenter Rick.
All
Good morning, gentlemen.
Rick's
You get that roof sorted out.
Rick's working at a university installing ceiling tiles.
And they have no finished roof over top of it. Makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Good.
So every time it rains, it ruins the tiles.
Yeah, there's water running down in behind the paint. And the reason why they won't finish the roof is because they say they don't want to have to clean it after. But yet they want us to replace like 600 sheets of drywall and repaint it and remud it.
Where's the harm, right? The government pays.
So how's everybody doing today?
Hi, Gary.
We're doing good, Rick. I do have something in one of the traps. I'm waiting for the trapper to show up.
You got something in a trap.
Yeah.
You won't take the cover off and show us.
Yeah, I won't don't want to look, you know?
So is it something that's a black and white creature or?
Can't tell, because what it is, it's one of those solid, opaque, looks like a kitchen trash bin.
Right.
And it has the mechanism on the end, and on the end, it's just a few little small holes on the end.
I can
I
see
don't know
this.
if I want to get that close to look in there, you know?
He's going to arrive, Paul, and you're going to huddle around the trap, and he's going to whip open the top, but inside is going to be the world's smallest homeless guy. What are you looking at?
Or the neighbor's. I'm thinking Harry or the neighbor's cat.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, cats.
I can deal with a bit of pain, but if there's blood gushing out,
That would be
Well, at least you caught something, so the trap's working.
Yeah.
Good morning, Gary.
Hey, Gary, Frank.
Nothing in the
that
other
means
one.
it kind of works. The bait just isn't right. If you got a cat,
There's something in there, don't know what.
Well, we know it's not a deer.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, Harry, is I had 5 skunks dancing around in my driveway the other night at 4 a.m. At 4:20, they disappeared, and I'm watching the camera, and they disappeared, and up my driveway walks a deer, walks up and starts eating at my bird feeder.
Yeah, you have gorgeous wildlife, and I know I can't appreciate. You know, we hear about skunks and their scent glands, but we don't have them here. It's nothing we've ever experienced. So, you know, to me, I just think of them as little cute black and white fellas that, you know, chase cats on Warner Brother cartoons.
Yeah, but
Stinky.
you guys have enough killer spiders over there in your part of the world that you can keep the spiders, I'll keep the skunks.
I got one under my front stairs about the size of my hand currently.
Oh my God.
She's there just raising a sack of eggs about this big. So I expect there's going to be about 50,000 of them in the next few days.
And they're poisonous?
Yes.
He's got a poison.
Well, I've got a pretty good relation. It's like you guys with your dangerous fauna. You become used to it. It doesn't freak you out. I've got a good relationship with the spiders here. When they come into the house, I let them get to about that big. And then I'll walk up to them on the wall and say, I know this is going to go. It's not big enough. And then either they move out the next day or it's out with the rolled up newspaper. But outside, it's all good, you know.
What's the biggest spiders you have in Australia?
We up in North Queensland, we have a variety of the bird-eating spider, which is, you know, in the huntsman family. They'll go as big as a dinner plate.
It's not properly cooked.
And they will kill a bird, right?
Yeah, well, so the legend has, yeah, and they have an even bigger one just north of us in New Guinea.
If you got spiders that are as big as a dinner plate, then I'm never going there.
They're okay. You know, look, my wife, you know, she always calls it's always the man of the house. I've had a few run-ins. I've squealed like a girl. You know, you go to hit the spider. You say, your time's over. Whap! It goes, no, your time's over. Jump. I can hit 4 octaves above high C.
But the worst thing we have around here to kill you is Something with 4 wheels on it. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, we got rattlesnake. It'll kill some
yeah.
people, but
What's
pretty
the
rare.
Masaga or whatever it is? Yeah.
yeah, the Massasauga rattler. They're more up on the island than down in your
I
way.
don't know. You've got that full-limbed creature that can be pretty good. Grows up to about 6 feet and can take a man down with a smile.
Well, we've got some kitty cats that'll do that. We got some cats that'll do that, but
Oh, the urban cougar. Yes.
I'm thinking about females, and I.
well, it was a cougar of one kind or the other, right?
At our age, we seldom think of anything else.
Now, Ari, do you have bears, like black bears and brown bears in Australia?
No, we have no true bears in Australia at all. We've got the koala, which is not a bear, and that's it. The closest bears to us geographically in Southeast Asia, in Malaya, where I was born, or Malaysia as they call it now, you get the sun bears and the honey bears there, but nothing in Australia.
The bears all left because they saw the spiders.
Yeah.
I can remember going up to the Adelaide River when I was about 9 years old with my grandfather. My first time out in the outback. And Adelaide River is well known, I know now, for extremely large crocodiles. And my grandfather encourages me to jump in and lather up in the evening, have a bit of a soap. So I'm in there and I looked up at him like only a 9-year-old can do, a bit nervously. Granddad, are there any sharks in here? Oh, no, mate. Not since the crocs ate them all. I was dry when I made it to the bank.
Well, your koala bears move pretty slow. Even a quadriplegic could outrun them, didn't they?
Surprisingly, they're quick over short distances. They're pretty lethargic because their body's full of toxins all the time. The eucalyptus leaves that they live on are poisonous to everything, and their system is flat out all the time, filtering out the poisons. But if you annoy one, they will open you up like a tin opener.
Oh.
This is Australia, mate. Everything out here can't kill you, but it thinks it can.
I'm good.
Herman says he's good in New York.
Just got a newfound respect for concrete.
Well, I don't know. There's some pretty freaky creatures walking around New York. I don't know.
Yeah, but concrete is the best thing.
Yeah, and
Like skunks and stuff that Paul's talking about. For me to see that, I'd have to go deep into a park somewhere where there's no one, and they'll come out, or go along the highway that goes through the cemetery. See them along the road dead with the possum and the raccoons. But other than that, walking through the city streets, we don't have that. Squirrels and pigeons.
Squirrels. I want squirrels. I've been trying to get Brenda Klein to ship me some squirrels, but won't be in it.
Anyway, guys, hate to interrupt, but I got to go. So
Hey, Paul, take care.
I got to go to
Take care, Paul.
London. I got to go to London and West Lauren today. So I got some driving to do. So anyway, guys, take care. We'll catch
Okay,
you all
Paul.
later next time. Okay.
Okay, thanks for
Okay,
being
Paul.
involved.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
squirrels
here's
and
starting to
pigeons.
rain.
Yeah, Ari, Mia's still recovering from getting shot right square in the face by a skunk.
Oh, no. Yeah, poor. I know that it often happens. Does it actually, apart from temporarily blinding them and all that sort of thing, does it actually cause any lasting harm?
Now, when she came running back in the house, she was foaming from the mouth and shaking her head, and I had to wash her all down good and put on some skunk off. And but
Am I correct?
psychologically, though, it gets to be like 8:30 at night, starts to get dark, and I say, "Come on, let's go outside." And I go and
Yeah, I hear you. But am I correct in thinking that at least in some states in the US, you can keep them as pets? They remove the scent glands, etc.
scent glands. Somebody has them as pets. Yep.
Wow. Well, they're a cute little critter. Well, I think so.
But
Yeah,
then,
they're pretty cute.
But then some people have crocodiles for pets, and they have great big huge boa constrictors as pets, and spiders as pets.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was watching. Who was I watching today? My time. Ken, original Dobo, and he broke out his snake, which is an Australian diamond python. It's crawling around him, and through the microphone stand, and I'm sitting there thinking, you know, buddy, if you had any idea how big that thing's going to be in 10 years' time, that's going to be a live stream to remember. Original Dobo constricted to death, live on YouTube.
Well, when it gets to that point, what they do, he lives in Florida, they just let him loose in the Everglades, and that's when they're having the problems.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they got like 30 and 40-foot pythons in there that are killing crocodiles and anything that.
Let them fight amongst that.
Well, gentlemen, break's over.
Okay.
All right.
Have a great day, guys.
Take care.
Be safe, Rick.
With the talk of the snakes in Florida, New York's looking better and better to Herman.
We got dogs and fish.
And hoodlums. Don't forget hoodlums of all stripes.
Those are not things you can bring in as pets.
Well, no, it's hard to toilet train them, I understand.
And they don't come in your yard necessarily.
We used to get that here. My backyard used to be a bit of a thoroughfare late at night, 2 a.m. You'd hear the Colorbond fence go clunk, clunk, and somebody would jump over and go herring through the yard, followed by a couple of police officers. And as some of you know, the wife and I, we're foster parents and we take in kids. And I took in a girl about 3-4 years ago. She's still with us. And a couple of years ago, she said to me, would you think about having my dog come and live here? Yeah, sure, Chloe. Well, her dog's an Alaskan sled dog, not the Malamute, the Husky. Yeah. And she's a big girl and she's very, very possessive. And about 2 days after she came to live with us in the backyard, I was sitting here in this room, 1 a.m. I heard running feet, clunk, clunk, somebody jump into my yard. The difference was this time, about 2 seconds later, it was followed with snarling and barking and screaming of, oh shit, oh shit. And then there was another clunk as he went back over the fence. And I haven't had any trouble with that since then.
Surprise, yeah.
I'll be right back and get some coffee.
Good girl, Malibu.
Nia's showing some interest here in doggy tales.
There's Roxy.
Not Nia, Roxy. Yeah.
Oh, Roxy. Yeah, look at that. We only tune in for Roxy, but don't tell Roger.
Yeah, she's like a baked potato with fur.
Yep.
I like that.
She's sweet.
She is. You know, I love the fact that Roger's got a cam angle just for her. That's great. Yeah. Mind you, my daughter's cat. All of you who know me know him from always being behind me when I used to stream. He's now got his own Instagram page. He's become semi-famous.
Oh God!
Wow.
That cat pulls more women than I do. I tell you.
Women like their cat videos, bro.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
Something I'll never understand. Cat videos.
Well, maybe the cat should get on flip-flop.
Uh-oh.
Well, our cats have me well trained. It is very true that while dogs have masters, cats have staff. I saw a meme the other day that pretty well summed it up. It was a cat talking to a dog, and the cat was saying, "Did you know that in ancient Egypt, we were worshipped as gods?" And the dog goes, "Did you know that I'm a very good boy?" That sums it up for me.
Good boy, yeah. Yeah. So, Ari, now you're getting into winter over there, is that?
Yeah, we're probably just past a couple of weeks past the solstice, and theoretically it'll start to warm up in another month or so. It's getting really, really chilly. It's probably 10 or 11 degrees Celsius tonight.
It's supposedly in summer in the UK, and we're a couple of weeks past the solstice, and we're hoping it's going to start to get warmer here as well. Canada seems to have all the hot weather this year.
Roger,
experiencing a heat wave.
Sorry, go ahead, Em.
Well, we've been experiencing a little bit of what they call a heat wave. Steady, constant days over 90 degrees. But it's not so bad. I'm in the house all day. Let them deal with that humidity.
Yeah, Herman just had ankle surgery. They had to put pins in, and they had to redo the surgery a second time. And
did you have an accident, Herman?
Well, I got hurt at work, and they did some X-rays and saw some chipped bones and stuff like that. So they went in and cleaned that up, but it wasn't the issue. So after doing an MRI, they realized something else. So they went in and
Hi, Kim.
stuff with pushing my heel back into place and putting some screws in to hold it.
It's hard to tell for me, you know, with you sitting down, but I get the impression you're like me. You're not exactly a little guy, so you need pretty solid ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My ankle got rolled over from the back while I was going up a ramp. And the guy was coming up a ramp with this cart, and it caught my ankle, you know, from the heel, and it rolled it over.
It's not funny. I broke an ankle a couple of years ago, which was the first time, and yeah, it wasn't pleasant.
Well, now he's got this little called a knee cart where he kind of scooters around a little bit. Very limited because it's, you know, in the house, it's hard to move around with that.
Oh, in the house it's better than the crutches. Just that, you know, you can't roll that thing into the bathroom.
Oh, so you doing crutches outside?
Yes, I use the crutches at the bathroom, but around the rest of the house, I'm on that thing, the scooter.
Oh.
And I take it outside to get to the car when I gotta go to the doctor. Actually, I gotta get ready to get out of here.
Yeah, he's got a doctor's appointment.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on lately, man, but the birds been hitting my window by my balcony and they're killing themselves off there. So there's another dead one on my balcony.
Sounds like a Hitchcock film, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like a brick wall.
I don't know, but they mixed what the second one in 2 weeks.
Well, could it be that they're being scared by the Yeti migration?
Yeah, Skate Enterprises. How you doing? Louis B. Floyd. Good morning.
Kim said that is this Yeti mating season according to Kim?
Yeah,
It is.
Sorry about that. We were talking about temperatures and the different climates and so forth. Roger gave me came back with one of the ultimate comebacks against me I've ever had. I'm 55. I've never seen snow. That's Australia for you. And it's always one of my jokes that, and I trotted it out one night a year or so ago on Roger's stream. And I said, don't give me that. Snow does not exist. It's not real. If I haven't seen it, it's all a fable. And Roger said, oh, really? He picks up his phone and changes the stream to his phone and walks to his front door and just opens the front door. And like there's snow drifts to halfway the height of the door. And I was sort of, well, I might have to reevaluate that.
You should show him that one of Kim in the snow.
I think they manufacture snow up there in Canada. And then they send it down here.
Well, the Canadian snow is higher quality snow, I understand, because the US snow is made with immigrant labor.
Yes.
Well, what happens is I think we import most of our snow from Canada.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly.
It has this loop that it makes.
That's why you don't see me complaining about the weather during the summer here.
Roger, you have a YouTube up with Kim swimming in the snow, right?
Yeah. I don't know if I still have it on my computer or it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, yeah.
I gotta get some coffee, boys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm about to take off.
Hey Herman, hey.
Good to see you again, man.
Nice seeing you.
Cool, and we'll see you soon, Herman.
Take care, Herman.
All right, see you later.
Thanks for coming in this morning.
No problem. I'll catch you later.
Okay.
I'm just watching your video behind you, Paul.
Well, that's actually live camera.
Live camera, is it?
Yeah, you can tune into that. It's called Stream Time Live, and they've got several cameras, and they're right now it's on the computer operated link, and but if ships come up or something, then an operator takes over, zooms in, and follows the ship. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. It's
There's-
Kim swimming in the
No.
snow.
Well, at least you know there's no sharks.
Yeah.
Oh, I spoke too
That'd
soon.
be
My God.
cool if somebody did a CNG and you saw a shark fin coming towards them.
I saw that on YouTube. I'm sure some of you have seen it. Some clown got one of those Gladius minis or one of the underwater drones and strapped a shark fin underneath it and cruised it around the marina with just a smart shark fin.
Oh, no.
You should see the people getting out of the water.
Well, was it? There was a
That was
movie.
cool.
There was a. What was that movie? Where they. It was on the East Coast someplace, and it was during the holidays, and the police chief closed down the
George.
beaches, and the mayor was
George.
having. Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
And it showed, and he got real paranoid about it, and it showed him chasing a fin around through the harbor, and it was two kids with snorkels had a great fin.
I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
still remember the look on Roy Scheider's face.
Yep.
We need a bigger boat.
Yep.
Adrian, good morning.
Lenny,
Hi,
Hey,
Lynn.
Lynn, lovely to see you.
they call Lenny and periodically Ari to keep an eye on me.
Well, someone's got to keep an eye on you, Paul.
Yes, I know. That's what she says.
I mean, you tell us all that you're an insomniac, but really, I know you stay up late so you can get away with things unsupervised.
Okay, Brent. Oh, no, I'm not here, by the way. Okay, Gary.
Hey, Gary. Lynn's looking for Salty.
Because Salty's here. He's in the chat, I think. Yeah, he's in the chat.
Yeah.
Here comes the rain again. Yeah.
So do you get more rain, Ari, in the winter months, or?
No, typically speaking, we can, because the northern monsoon just above the equator, which pounds Southeast Asia, can drift across the equator and give it to us. But it's no secret that we've been getting less rain the last 5 or 10 years than we have in previously. But the record shows that that's typical. I love a sunburnt country, as they say. If you wanted water, don't come to Australia.
Yeah, there definitely is, I think, for the most part, over a period of time, weather has a definite cycle.
Yes. I'm sure that it will swing back again. I can remember when I was a kid, well, ancient history, the 70s, we had a whole series of massive cyclones and flood events went on for about 8 to 10 years and petered off, and now we've been dry. I'm sure we'll get it again. The people I feel sorry for are the people on the land out west. They go from having to swim to work to it's so dry and dusty that the rabbits are burrowing 6 feet above ground. There's nothing in between.
Yeah.
Don't do that, Paul.
Yeah, I was up on the Great Skunk Hunt last night watching the cameras, and
So, have you been out flying very much there, Ari?
I have been flying a little bit. I had a break while I've spent a fair bit of time in hospital through the first part of this year, but
Okay.
they've sorted out what's going on, and I was granted a treatment I could not afford. The $32,000 a year, a drug company has given it to me on compassionate grounds. So the last 6 weeks or so, I've been getting out on the weekends and flying again, and enjoying it.
And what is your drone of choice, Ari?
Look, I'm still if you put it, I sold my Inspires, Paul. They went. If you put a gun to my head, I would still choose a Phantom 4 Professional version 2. From the point of view, because I've got the commercial certification, I can do anything at a pinch. I can do anything that my other drones can do with the Phantom 4, but not vice versa. But when I'm flying for YouTube, for fun, like the rest of us, probably, I like my Mavic 2 Zoom as much as the Mavic 2 Pro, but either of the Mavic 2s for fun.
I picked up the Mini. I don't fly it. I picked up the Air 2, which really is stable and has great potential. But I'm just a little bit miffed at DJI that they have not released the software to allow my Crystal Sky to operate.
Yeah. Tim, as we were mentioning him with his computer. Right. He, when I first met him a month or so ago, he had the Mini alone, and now he's got the Mavic 2 Air 2 and the Mavic 2 Zoom. And he's saying, and he's also got a smart controller, and he was saying the same thing. I think that the various divisions within DJI don't seem to speak to each other particularly well. And the aircraft division is not the controller division. I think that we'll see the smart controller support it, but probably about the same time as we see Litchi and other programs like that, when DJI gets around to releasing the software developers kit to allow other people to work on it. Until then, we're stuck with what we've got.
Yeah.
I nearly bought an Air 2. I actually went down to my dealer with the cash money in hand, and he talked me out of it.
Oh,
yeah? Well, my concern is my age, I don't, and most of all of my ship videos and stuff that I do are in bright sunlight. And I've used to fly all my Inspires with the hoods, which worked. But once you have a Crystal Sky, it's like difference night and day. And so I've got the Crystal Sky Ultra that I fly my Zoom with. And so now the Mavic Air 2, I'm back to using the tablets again. And it just, so if I fly just before sunset or just be very early in the morning, I'll fly the Air 2, but my go-to drone the rest of the time is the Zoom with the Crystal Sky.
Sounds like that's the only drone you need.
Take care there, John. JDS. Have a good night. Sleep.
Cheers, John.
Yeah. Okay.
Harry, have you flown with a Crystal Sky?
No, I haven't. And I have said on streams before that I wouldn't own a Crystal Sky or a smart controller. The main reason for that, of course, was because I fly commercially, and for the first year, when they came out, you couldn't even get Litchi support on them. That you can now, but there is certain software that I use that I can't run. And so when I'm flying commercially, well, all the time up to now, I fly with an iPad Mini 5. However, that said, you might all remember that I crashed and burned one of my Phantom 4s about 6 months ago.
Oh no!
And I put that in with a dealer to be repaired, and I didn't get it back till last week. And it got lost in the system, and it wasn't repaired. It was left too long, so it sat and corroded, and they lost the controller and a few other bits and pieces. But to their credit, they rang me up early this week and offered me a smart controller as a sweetener, because I've spent about 50 grand there last year.
Oh.
So I am suddenly, all of a sudden, going to get a smart controller. Obviously, I can't use it for jobs, but I will be using it when I'm flying for YouTube or live streaming.
Nice. So you mainly use Litchi to do your jobs?
Yeah, I fly more and more and more with Litchi. Even a lot of the YouTube stuff I do now is done with Litchi. It can pan, zoom, and once you learn how to program it, it can fly better than I can.
Nice. I've got it. I tried it a couple of times, but I never spent a lot of time with it. So
it's a bit of a learning curve, but once you get over it, there's not much you can't get it to do. Point of interests, waypoints, orbits, flyaways. It's all can be done. And I know a lot of people who fly with the Litchi app just live. You know, they don't use the Go4 at all. So I'm just trying to read the chat, and I haven't got my glasses on.
I had a hard time just trusting it. I was kind of worried that, you know, the bird would fly away. I don't know. I had these irrational fears. You know what I mean?
I have heard of stories of flyaways. I've never had anything remotely like one. I had an issue with my controller up at Bribie Island 2 months ago, and my drone, I disconnected for 16 minutes. And the Mavic 2 Zoom completed it was all sort of within line of sight, but I'd pre-programmed it.
Yeah.
And the controller dropped out, and it flew around for 16 minutes and completed its mission and did all its filming and came back and landed right at my feet.
Wow.
I think the flyaways with Litchi are pretty much the same as the flyaways you hear about with the standard Go4 app. It's mostly down to, you know, not getting enough satellite locks before you take off, or usual user error.
Yeah, John Spizzo, yeah, it's very hot down there. We had our heat wave last week. We got to 43 Celsius last week for 4 or 5 days in a row. We're in the hundreds last week, 103 Fahrenheit. Last week and a week before. That's very rare to have a heat wave at this time of year. Usually it's on the end of August we get the heat waves.
Starting to feel that climate change.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, you know, to hear that it gets that hot in Canada. I really am. I didn't think. But I suppose, you know, you've got the Antichrist devil just across the border, so that would warm things up.
Yeah, so Aries, I got a news update on my internet high speed. We're going to be getting it within 5 to 8 months.
Didn't you say that 5 to 8 months ago?
No, but now it's official. They came by and they did all the tests on the poles here and everything. And I talked to the guy, and the guy says within 5 to 8 months we're going to have it here.
Is it going to be fiber or on the copper?
Fiber.
Excellent. Look, as you know, before Christmas, I was in the same boat as you, a piece of wet string as my internet link. And I connected to the NBN in January, just past. And now I get about 94 megabits down and 37 up. There are a lot of people who get more, but for me, that's just utter luxury compared to what I used to have.
Okay.
So let's hope that, you know, you have the same thing. I get friends of mine say, "Oh, is that all you got?" And I think, is that all I got? Man, I've got so much bandwidth, I could download the internet.
Yeah.
It feels that way anyway.
Yeah, John Spizzo, yeah, it is great news. Yeah, just it's a cable company that's coming by. It's not a telephone company, it's a cable company.
A Cogeco?
Yeah, it's Cogeco, yeah.
When my son's on the internet, I sometimes think he is downloading the internet.
Yeah, kids will do that to you, especially when you've got foster kids. My home network currently consists of 4 servers, 6 desktops, and about 22 mobile devices.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I'm not exaggerating, it's true.
Wow.
I can remember when I used to think that my 300 baud modem was pretty neat.
Oh, yeah. I remember those days fondly.
Fondly?
Fondly. Oh, sure. It was very exciting to connect to the internet. Even at those terrible speeds.
It was true. Yeah, from that it was, you know, I mean, it was a step up from the previous generation when we didn't have internet at all, but we did have tape drives. Remember those?
I remember tape drive. Oh, I remember them all. Yeah.
Sit there for 30 minutes with pressing the play button going as you load a program, and then it goes error.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, good times.
We are just, you know, we're that generation. We can remember what it's like not to have it. I talk to the kids, and I've still got 2 in high school, and I say to them, when I was in your year, we didn't have computers. And they go, "Oh, go on, stop it."
Now, times have changed just in a couple of generations. Like my mother lived on a farm where they didn't have running water and indoor plumbing until she was in high school.
Well,
indoor plumbing. They had an outhouse until she was in high school, right?
When I was a young boy, we didn't have indoor plumbing here in Brisbane. I can remember that coming in. That didn't come in until the 70s. And we all have that family member, don't we? You know, the one who was older than God's dog.
Yeah.
And oh my God, look at that. And mine was my great aunt Mary, and she's passed away now at age 104, but wow. she was born in 1885, so she was 27 when the Titanic went down. You know, went through the First World War, Second World War, Vietnam War, space flight, and the amazing thing about her was she was still as sharp as a razor. She could discuss anything from history to current politics. She used to terrorize me all through my 20s. I loved Aunt Mary. She didn't get thrown out of her first hotel until she was 89.
Neil's just talking about BBS boards. I remember those bulletin boards, great things. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to run one. And when you've got a bank of 24 modems, sitting in your room in a bookcase, you soon learn the modem command string to turn off the sounds.
Oh yeah.
So Paul did put up his Mavic Mini for sale, guys. Whoever's interested into it, he did put his Mavic Mini up for sale. Right, Paul?
Yeah, I'm just texting with a guy that's interested in it.
Oh, okay.
Hot topic. There we go.
We can all swap Mavic Mini stories down. No, not me. I haven't got one. Although Tim Jackson let me have a play with his. It was nice.
Yeah, I never bought one.
I won't buy one because I've got all the drones, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I can understand the appeal of them to a person who has only one drone, especially if they're, you know, somebody who holidays or a motorcyclist. They
100%.
They have almost all of everything you need and not too many compromises.
And in Canada and the US, you don't have to get certified.
No, and well, here they won't have to be registered either, being the nominal 249 grams. Cutting it close to DJI much?
Yeah, by 1 gram, right? You stick the prop guards on, you're in non-compliance already.
That's right. Or if you put a skin on it, whoops.
Yeah.
No, actually,
you're over.
I don't know about in the US, but the rule over here reads that it has to be below 250 grams manufacturer stated weight. So if it says if it says 249 grams on the box and you put a few things on, you're still okay.
All right. That's reasonable. They should do that here.
Because it's got a camera in this country, you've got to still go through the registration.
Oh, okay.
Paranoid about them in this country.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing all the UK and Australia has in common. They're nanny states, and we just know that if we let them pass enough laws, they can protect us from everything.
Yeah, right.
Jack Sparky's in the chat. We got John Spizo. We got JSK Enterprises, Leonard. Good morning, everybody. Adrian's in the house. Furball Kim.
Oh, that guy. He's a bit of a character, that guy.
Bonjour, mes amis.
I'm sorry, Hugh?
I said bonjour, mes amis.
Oh.
Good morning, my friends.
That's right. I forgot that they speak a civilized language in Canada. I'm going to pay for this so badly.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah, they speak French as well.
That's right. That's right.
Well, Hugh's lived in the States and back in Canada now.
In the UK.
In the UK.
I've lived and worked in 3 countries. Well, I've worked in a lot of countries, but long-term 3 countries.
Did I see right in the chat earlier on, Hugh, that you was it you who said your house was built around 1860?
1830.
Damn, man! If it was built in 1850 here in Australia, you wouldn't be allowed to live there. It'd be a museum.
Historical site.
Technically, yeah, technically here too, I can have this declared a historical site. Yeah, it's really old. This is actually this city, the founders. This is one of the farmhouses of the founders. There was two brothers, and this is one of the founders' farmhouses. So this is where they lived, and the city sprang up from this house.
I can remember talking to my mother. You know, the family came from the UK. And I can remember talking about history with my mother and her looking at me indulgently and saying, Ari, you don't know what historic is. I used to live in a house that was built in 1340.
Wow. Yeah. Oh,
1830 is a modern house here, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is about as old as anything gets in Canada. Like, you know, obviously there are some structures from the 1700s, but they're very, very, very rare.
To be honest, your house is probably a damn sight better built than anything built since.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, it's still standing. It's 200 years old and it's still kicking, right? So, except for my electrical problems this morning.
Well, they know how to cure wood back then, Hugh. You know, modern buildings, all the wood is chemically cured, or, you know, it's not like back in 1830, that wood would have sat on the ground for years before it was even split.
Oh, there's an area in the basement. There's exposed timbers that still have bark on them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
That's why they last all those hundreds of years.
Yeah.
You could go to sea in your house, Hugh.
Well, except for the fact the upper part's built of stone.
Yeah, well,
that could be problematic.
A little capsize problem going on there, but
John Spizo, Virginia was my favorite place to live ever. I lived there 10 years. That was my dream location. I had to go back to Canada, unfortunately, but I miss Virginia. I'd go back there if I could.
Well, when Hugh, you might want to qualify that. You had to go back to Canada. You weren't deported.
No, I had to go back for medical reasons. My son has medical issues. We decided to move back.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm still planning on getting to the US, although COVID's going to delay that a year or so. And then Ron Lockwood says to me, "Oh, you'll have to come out, you know, hunting with me." And I said, "Are you kidding, mate? I saw Art's face after he'd been driving with you in the four-wheeler. I swear that Art's doubled his grey hairs since he went driving with Ron."
Yeah, when Ron says strap yourself in, he means strap yourself in.
But at least Ron's also a paramedic, isn't he?
That's right. Yeah.
So at least if you get in trouble, he can help you out.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, see, Rod, the week before he went out with Art, he said, "I'm just hoping I don't see any bears." I said, "Why? You know, you've got a decoy." Art didn't appreciate that much.
Yeah.
No sense of humor, that guy.
You always send the smallest piece of meat you can.
Yeah. Although I reckon the bear would probably choke on Art. You know, he may not be the biggest guy, but he'd just stick in the throat and choke you out of sheer bloody mindedness.
I love North Carolina too, John. It's awesome. It's just a beautiful place, especially the OBX, the Outer Banks. Oh, I used to drive my Jeep along the beach down there. Oh, there's just nothing like driving on the sand with your vehicle top down.
Well, isn't that the only place you drive a Jeep is on the sand near the ocean, so that you got plenty of water when it catches on fire?
Oh, I never had any problems with my Jeep. I know people talk about Jeeps being bad. 8 years, all I ever did was change oil. Best vehicle I ever owned.
Here in Australia, they're known for them and Volkswagens. If you're driving down the road and you see a pall of smoke, it's either a Volkswagen or a Jeep.
I had good luck with mine. Really good luck.
Yeah, I owned a couple of Jeep CJs, and I never had a problem with them.
A friend of mine says a Jeep stands for just empty every pocket.
Unfortunately, one of my foster kids wants a Jeep.
Capture Life Connection. How you doing this morning?
I Capture Life.
So is she gonna get the Jeep or?
Well, out here, I'm currently teaching 3 of them to drive. Out here, you have to have 100 hours of instruction and 10 hours of night instruction. She's about a third of the way through. So I would imagine around February of next year, she'll be eligible to go for her license. And in the end, it's her money. She can buy what she wants.
Now, are they expensive, or you can get a good deal over there on the Jeep?
They're not a popular car over here, and there is an issue with spare parts. They're just not. No, I can only think of one dealership in this state, and so they tend to take a real big plunge on the second-hand market. So she's probably going to be able to buy. It won't be new, her first one, obviously. She'll probably be able to buy a good second-hand unit with a full service history and no more than 120,000 kilometers, 60,000 miles, for probably $7,000 to $8,000.
That's
so
good.
It's good value for a four-wheel drive here in Australia.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't catch on fire.
Well, you put front and back fire extinguishers, and
I had a Volkswagen, a 1963 6-volt Hitler's Revenge. I now know why they call it that. 6-volt system. It would not start before 7:30 in the morning, and I kid you not, I could go downstairs and turn the key at 7:28. That would be it.
Bizarre.
7:31. Dack, 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 dack. So the street got to see me push start it every morning because I had to leave for work at 7:15. But we put one of those chopper kits on it, turned it into an off-road buggy. And a friend of mine said to me, I didn't know, he said, those things are known for catching on fire. And the reason is because the fuel pump is directly above the distributor. So if the fuel line comes off, the fuel goes straight into the distributor. And I said, oh, thank you for telling me that. And I went and bought a fire extinguisher and bolted it under the seat. And I was out in the bush one day with a friend. We were jumping over motorcycle jumps. And we just jumped over one. And I looked in the rear view mirror and it was just a sheet of flames. Mark, we're on fire. So we jumped out and ran off about 30 meters and we're standing there watching it burn. And I looked at Mark and I said, there's a fire extinguisher under the seat. We looked at each other, back to the car, opened up the door, ran around the back because the engine was enclosed in a cage, put it out. Man, it was toast. It was just bare metal everywhere and you could see copper from the distributor cap. For laughs, I got in it and I pushed the fuel line, which was charcoal, back on, got in it and turned the key, dack, 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 got us all the way back to the road before it expired. So I guess you take it as you get it. You can be lucky or not.
Wow.
Here, I'll share a picture with you guys. Here's me on the Outer Banks with my Jeep. And I wrote in the sand, I love Mindy. That's my wife's name. And that was my son playing. Yeah, long time ago. That's 20 years ago.
Back when we were in our 40s, Hugh.
God. Yeah, I was in my late 30s.
Yeah.
You guys are just a bunch of young whippersnappers.
I know, compared to Paul.
Just because Paul's first drone was steam powered.
That's right. That's right.
It was built by a guy named Langley, I believe, wasn't it?
Well, I got into drones just shortly after I had ordered a hot air balloon and decided to cancel the order.
Yeah, I understand that your first drone had to be launched from a houseboat on the Potomac.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. And the Indians help assemble it, the natives. Yep.
Yeah,
but that's the area that's a far cry from back in the days when we were building the pyramids, because that was brute force.
Yeah, well, that took a long time, but I wasn't the foreman on that job either.
Yeah.
It's I had a thought go through my head. Gee, that's a first. It's just gone in one ear and out the other.
That's when it starts, Ari. That's how it starts.
I thought kids was how it starts.
No. Well, kids might be the ultimate source of it, but it's all of the knowledge that you gain in. Pretty soon it starts to just cloud your mind, and it's like, did that happen? Didn't that happen? Where am I? What time is it? What day is this? Did I take my morning medication or didn't I? Or did, that's how it starts.
I hear you. Like the wife and I, we tried for 17 years for kids and lost a little girl. And so we were 40 when we got our first home run, and then we took the fosters. So we're now pushing up towards 60, and we've still got teenagers in the house, and we come home in the evenings and run around like crazy after school and get the homework done and dinner and through the baths and all that BS. And then, you know, we sit back, watch a bit of TV, and about 11 o'clock or so, the kids will come in, say goodnight, kiss us goodnight. They leave, and I look at my wife and she looks at me and I say, what the hell were we thinking of?
Yeah. Well, I was kind of hoping that trapper is going to show up pretty soon. I'm curious to know what the hell's in the trap out there.
No
So
kidding.
we.
Yeah.
Go on, get out there and take a picture.
I'm going to go out and take a quick look and see if.
I knew he wouldn't be able to resist.
Stick
You know
your
what you
finger
need,
in.
Paul? You need one of those cams on a stick.
Yeah,
those
I
little,
know. One of those
yeah.
things. I don't. That's one of the electronics that I do not have.
Until
You watch.
tomorrow.
I wish he'd switch to his outdoor cam because it'd be funny to watch this.
Yeah. That's probably why he isn't doing it.
I can do that for you. Hang on.
Oh, okay. See, look at this. You ask and you shall receive. I like it.
Okay. Here's
Right. You need to record this, Roger. This could be classic YouTube.
This is going to be YouTube gold.
Could turn this into a kid movie, right? Paul plays with the skunk.
We need a David Attenborough narration here now, you know?
What are you going to do? Go out there and poke it?
And now we watch the elderly drone pilot as he's climbed by a skunk.
Oh. Face to face. Or soon to be face to arse. You never know.
Always look on the bright side, dude.
He's brave.
Oh, it's a skunk by the thumbs up.
Looks like it.
Dang.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I wouldn't do that. He's braver than me.
Here in Australia, we don't need traps for vermin. You know, you just look under the bed, they bring themselves inside.
Yeah. It's a big skunk.
Good.
I almost lived in Australia. There was I had an opportunity to go to Australia, but I had to commit to 2 years living there on this project, and I didn't want to stay for 2 years. It was just too long.
Well, yeah, life's not over yet, mate. You might get here at some time in the future.
Yeah, oh, I might. You never know. You never know.
We love tourists, especially up to the top end. Mostly the European ones who can't read the English warning signs, because otherwise the crocs would never get a meal.
Right. Exactly.
Newfound Drone Productions. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Yes, son. He finally got a skunk.
Look at the smile on his face now. He knows he's got one.
Five more to go.
Well, it's either a skunk or it's somebody's poodle.
Lift up its tail. You'll know in short order. All right, guys, it's midnight here, so I can tell you that it's bad news. They don't cure COVID tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a
What about
take
the
a
lottery
break.
numbers? You got the lottery numbers?
No. Well, you don't think I'm going to give them to someone from the UK, do you?
No, not really.
Hey, Area, it's great seeing you. We haven't seen you in a while, and thanks for coming.
Oh, look, I've had a great time, and you know, you could look forward to it. Well, look forward to. You may have to suffer through me a little bit more often now that things are turning up.
It's our pleasure.
Thanks for having me on, Roger, and
Take care.
Hugh and David. Thanks very
Good to
much,
see you, buddy.
everybody. I'll catch up with you all the next time round.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Now,
Take
just gotta
care.
figure out how to get out of here. Ah, there it is. Leave.
Now, Paul, here's what you need.
Yes.
Wireless endoscope.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
the thing of it is all I saw was pretty much fur at the air holes. But what I did see is I saw black, white, black, white, black, white in there.
Good.
But I'm starting to think, aren't raccoons kind of like black, white too?
No, they're gray, brown,
Mostly grayish brown. Yeah.
reddish brown.
I saw gray, white, black.
It's a skunk. It's a skunk.
Or it could be a possum.
Possum isn't a bird, does it? Yeah, it does. Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Was it moving around?
No, it was just hunkered down.
Okay.
I would imagine being nocturnal, he's probably sleeping.
Yeah.
Just so are your neighborhood cats.
At least I agree. If it was a cat, we'd hear it
Yeah.
meowing or whatever, and it's not.
It would be screeching.
But usually they're by first thing in the morning, but he hasn't been by yet, and it's 10:30. So I don't know.
No, don't forget, it's his son doing their route, isn't it?
Yes. Yep.
So, yeah, as a teenage son doing the route, he might be slow. Probably just getting up.
Could be.
Everybody check out everybody's channels. Make sure you hit that like button.
Maybe he
Thank
takes
you all for
Thursdays
being here.
off.
What's it, Paul?
I said maybe he takes Thursdays off. I don't know. I didn't call him.
Okay. Well, you probably call him, tell him you got something.
Yeah. And I probably get the story. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
I say, I've got a crowd of people want to know what the hell's in that box. Tell them the UPS driver keeps wanting to pick it up. You know.
International television.
Yeah. Yeah, because yesterday I was thinking, well, I probably not gonna, probably not gonna catch anything.
But you caught something.
Hey, Roland.
Hey, good morning, Roland. How you doing?
And,
Hi, John 69. Good morning.
Hi there.
Yeah. I'm just checking my email here, just making sure there's nothing. Oh, the steaks are on special.
Oh, there you go.
I wasn't planning on going up today.
Well, no, you just got your car washed. You don't want him driving around if it's going to rain.
I thought I was going to lose my mirror yesterday on the driver's side.
How come?
Well, the brush is in the car wash.
Oh, shit.
It's raining over there, JDS. No, his cameras were off last night. Yeah, it's gonna start. It's started to rain here a little bit, but little droplets, but that stopped. And it's gonna start again. We're gonna get rain all day here.
Looks like it's drying up here.
I just turned in to watch the advertisement on your channel before your stream. You'll never guess what it was. Don't probably swimming boat. I don't know. Georac or whatever you call it there,
Hey, Centroid.
the blue pill, Centroid.
Skunkle.
Yeah. It's fine when I click on it though. I don't get commercials at all.
I didn't get one on the way in. That's strange.
Not even closer, maybe. Well, it's not about drones, that's for sure.
Yes, it is, Jack. Sparky, it is hump day.
No, it's not.
No, today's Thursday.
Oh, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
It's not hump day. You got me all
Oh,
excited.
my trapper's here. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You want me to put it on the show out there?
Yeah.
Oh,
See
yeah.
what's
We
going
want to
on.
see.
Your fans demand it.
Depends for leaky things. There you go, Roland. Maybe I described it. Hell, it was on your channel. I don't know. I don't get those commercials, Centroid. Yeah. I'll just put it on mute on here. There you
That
go.
guy's looking right in. Look at that. He's pretty brave.
Well, must be a skunk. He's not taking it out.
Testing
Oh,
electric
yeah.
trimmer.
I've seen that one.
Well, I guess it is a
Anyway,
skunk
okay.
or a raccoon. Well, I put the other trap right there on the corner. I wouldn't leave it over there. I put it over by where the flagpole is.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to put another trap down.
Yeah.
Should, right? Just set an empty one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, looks like he's got something.
Yeah, let's just say
What?
there's a guy testing electrical trimmer on key guy.
It was for manscaping, trimming the hair on your.
Uh-huh. You not seen a
Oh.
manscaping advert yet, Hugh?
Oh no, I didn't.
Very quickly.
What the hell?
I'm going to have to find it.
Wow. Why is YouTube putting those kind of things on my thing?
What's that he's just put down?
Must smell good in that truck. Ah, oh my God. Yeah, you were close then, right, Roland. Yeah. How's the weather down there today there, Centroid? I hope you're gonna be able to fly. Did you try flying from your boat yet?
Okay, another trap going down.
Are you spreading the food around so they'll track them?
Okay.
You got to bring it and show it the camera. Oh, that's the keep the squirrels off.
Yeah.
Quick check of the other one.
Oh, they're looking at the cameras. Okay.
Overcast over there. Okay. Thunderstorms. He's already flown a couple of times from the boat. Oh, that's good, Centroid. Yeah. Don't forget Paul Dawson. He was on vacation. He owes you those days.
Smile for the camera. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
That guy's there, Roger. That's you. That's Dave. And they all want to see a skunk.
Maybe give the dude a coffee. They do more their best then. No coffee at Paul's house. Oh well. Oh, the guy looks like you. Okay, I'm gonna say he looks too nervous to walk the plank.
See now there's a skunk jump out the back of the truck and down the road.
Yeah, Lynn, that's it. Hey, Paul, you're on mute. I had to put you on mute.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm going to mute myself again. I got to write a check.
Okay. Yeah, you got my address, hey, Paul? Okay. Hey, Wonder GT Gaming, how you doing? Steve, good morning, good morning.
What's up, Wonder?
Steve from Aerial Views.
What? That's Steve from Aerial Views?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Steve, what's up, buddy?
That's his other channel.
I don't think I've got a channel.
They came on the chat the other day and
Oh, yeah, there is his face in the picture, too. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, back to your walk. Okay, JDS, you be safe out there.
And again, JDS, take care.
Bring a hockey stick with you. Keep your distance. We haven't gotten hail once this year at all. At all. You guys have been getting it like anything.
Who's been getting hail?
Yes.
Got hail. JDS got hail. So.
Oh.
We had hail about 10 days ago.
I haven't seen any this year. Lots of rain. We're supposed to have a lot of rain here the next few days.
Mm-hmm. Everybody, check out everybody's channels. Make sure you hit that like button. Thank you all so much.
Still muted, Paul.
Thank you for being here, everybody, this morning. Means a lot. I haven't seen my mailman go by yet.
I think Paul's talking to the service guy.
Yeah. Good morning.
Mine's been parcels for everybody but me. I'm not happy.
UCB. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. See.
Kukirina.
You just jinxed it, Roger. Yeah, he's showing the guy the camera. Okay.
Hi, Bob.
Hey. Thank you so much, Skills. Much appreciated.
Super chat.
I used to do like Ksenia, but I stopped.
But you were getting good at it, man.
Yeah. Skills, thank you so much. Much appreciated again.
You know what would have been cool? You should have got a Ksenia to do it, record the video, and every time you get a super chat, just play her video of her doing the super chat.
Yeah, you missed it, Ellen. Oh, okay.
Too true.
That's it. Thank you. Yeah, I seen how much energy she puts into it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I get a copyright strike for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was yawning a lot this morning too, David.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just didn't sleep last night, I suppose. But,
I get it. Did the lock push out on? It was a possum.
Oh.
Oh,
dang
shoot.
Dang it.
But he said the good thing is the possums and the skunks seem to run in the same, not in the pack, but in groups together.
Okay.
And that's the one thing you kind of want to let roam around your property. The possums clean stuff up, and they're actually beneficial.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's Ron.
Centroid.
Morning, gentlemen.
Centroid.
Morning, Ron.
Bye for now.
Good morning.
Hey, Ron. Good morning.
How's it
How
going,
you
everybody?
doing?
I'm working.
You're working.
I'm working.
So, Ron, you only wear Hawaiian shirts?
Yeah.
It's like a thing? Okay.
Yeah, I started, I don't know, about a year and a half ago. My wife got me one, and I haven't turned back since. I probably have 30 of them. And yeah, I don't wear anything else. Even all winter long. I wore them when I went to work. Actually, yeah, that's all I had. I know.
Two
I
thumbs
don't know
up.
why. I can tell you why. They're comfortable. They're cool.
Yep.
As in
Can't
like
complain.
air cooled. I can't sit there and call myself cool or whatever. they're very cool when it's hot. And yeah, it gets a lot of reaction. You know.
And they're very festive.
Yeah. I call them my happy shirts. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Lynn says, "Are you Hawaiian, Ron?"
I am not Hawaiian, but I don't know. And louder the better. I always say, people are like, well, what kind? If I get you one, like people ask me, what do you want for Christmas or my birthday? Give me a Hawaiian shirt. What do you like on? I don't care. Louder the better. Like, no.
Well, Paul got himself his possum.
Is that what it was?
Well, I got a possum. On the camera one time, I saw the possum walk by, but we're really hunting skunks. So,
What did the trapper get? Was that a possum or was it a skunk? That was a possum. He charges you for that?
Oh yeah.
What?
No matter what he hauls out, it's. I could have told him just to let him go, but now I don't need him around here either.
Well, yeah, $160 though for how much you're paying for it.
Well, yeah, $60 is what I had to write him a check for today, and he reset the traps and he'll be back tomorrow.
I think you got rid of your skunks on your own. All the ammonia or whatever you put down, the coyote pee, and
Could be. I haven't seen hard and hair.
ripped all that up. You probably got rid of them yourself.
So the possum is gone.
That's good. That's good. But
That's good too, because possums can attack a dog. They would actually attack. They wouldn't just, they're not like a skunk's just gonna spray and run. A possum, they can get nasty.
Oh yeah, because when he opened it up, he turned it up on its side, and we looked down in there. He had
Especially the big ones. Big ones can get real nasty.
He had his big teeth. So I said, "What do you do with him?" He says, "What do you want me to do with him?" I said, "Well, do you kill him?" He says, "We do whatever you want us to do with him."
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah,
See that house down there? Put it over there.
I said, "If you have a place that would like a possum, take it there." I said, "I just don't want him ending up back here again." He says, "Oh no, we take him at least 10 or 15 miles away."
Oh, okay.
Making somebody else's problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably one of his other customers. He's going to put that one down by his other customers. I'm beginning to see the scam of all this. Like,
that poor possum is, gets a payoff. He keeps going and going.
He gives him a treat. All right, now here you're going to come here tonight. This is where we're beginning to see the scam. That's a pretty good business plan.
And I said to him, have you been catching a lot lately? He says, no, with the way the weather's been, not at all. He says, this is the first one this week. I know they set traps out all over the area. So
did you happen to mention to him that you knew there were 6 skunks underneath your ramp? Like
I showed him the video.
Oh yeah. I think you took care of them yourself. I think they're not coming back to your house.
Well, except even after I redid the ramp and everything, there was 4 or 5 of them back out there in the driveway again the next night.
Yeah. Yeah, Lynn says they'll drive right to the stone straight to the cemetery. Let them off at the cemetery.
Carpenter Rick is back. How you doing, Rick?
Okay,
Hey,
Carpenter Rick.
He's on the job and he's lurking.
No problem.
It still blows my mind. I mean, good for Rick getting paid for doing it, but he's putting up ceiling tiles in a new addition on a college campus. And the original general contractor went bankrupt. So the roof is half finished. He's putting up ceiling tiles and the water's running down off the roof onto the new tiles. And Rick says, do whatever I'm told. If I got to come back and replace them, because he does ceilings. I think ceilings and Rick, what do you do? Ceilings and some drywall and stuff. Yeah. Mud and tape.
I think I have a pretty good idea why the last contractor went bankrupt.
Yeah. Yeah, because Rick just shakes his head. I'm trying here to to do the best job I can, knowing that unless they get that roof fixed. And when he asked about it, somebody said, well, we don't want to get the new roof dirty.
Yeah.
Takes all kinds.
We have the frame, drywall, and ceiling contract. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, you're working today. Did you go flying last night, Ron?
Last night, no. The night before, I flew a little bit. Last night I didn't, and it's kind of raining today. I don't know if I'll get out there today, but I think I don't know if I told you the other night I went flying. I just wanted to do a hyperlapse, and there were too many birds.
Yeah.
Birds flying around. Because I just wanted to set it in one spot and watch the sunset and the clouds move and all that stuff. So I put about 150 feet in the air, just let it sit there. And it's just birds just flying all around. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that tonight. And Magic Air 2 isn't, it's not as intimidating as the Phantom 4 with the eyes on it. A bird probably thinks that's dinner, whereas that one thinks the bird's going to be dinner. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to go out on the boat at all you were talking about it last weekend, weren't you?
We went out. Yeah, I've been out a couple times earlier this week. Waves were a little rough yesterday, but a couple nights this week I've been out. I said sometimes I just take the drone up and kind of orbit the boat or kind of have it follow us a little bit.
Yeah, Mark Centroid said he's been enjoying the hell out of his new pontoon boat.
Oh, I bet. Those
I
are pretty relaxing
found
boats.
a pontoon boat on Craigslist, Detroit. A tri-toon with a 110 motor. It's actually a nice looking. I can't think of the name brand, but it's a popular name brand. Blue. It's got the double biminis on top. Really nice with a trailer, tandem trailer, for $13,800.
That's not bad. Those things I've seen them climb up 6 figures. Like,
Yeah, 20.
I know a guy that bought a $90,000 pontoon boat.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't think they make them, but they do.
Yeah, I thought to myself, because everything else on Craigslist was 23,000 used, 23, 24, 25. I thought, man, if I had the money, I'd buy it just to play with it and turn it around or turn it over. I would think you'd make $5,000 to $7,000,
Funny what people will pay for a boat. I got, actually, ironically, the guy I knew that bought the $90,000 pontoon boat is the guy I bought my boat off of. Just has too much money in his hands and didn't want to do with it, so he just wanted to get rid of the boat. I got it for $4,500 with the trade. Less than about 420 hours on a 5.0 Merc Cruiser on the motor. So it was like, I can still book it now. The book books for $10,000, $12,000, $13,000. Paid $4,500 for it. It's paid off. So yeah. So I know when I get bored with it, I'll make a buck or two off of it.
Yeah, and it's a good name brand too, a Harris.
Harris? I've heard of it.
Yeah. I'll show it to you real quick, because I'm amazed. That's a nice looking boat.
Yeah.
And it's a tri-toon, which is more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's got 3 of them. Probably all more stable, right? Probably
Yep.
what that third one's for.
Yep.
Yeah, those things are nice, man. They kind of look like just like your floating patio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was amazed at the price, because if you go and you start looking at them, they want 24, used ones,
Mm-hmm.
And like you say, new ones, 60, 70,000.
$190 grand for one. I can't imagine what's all in that thing. It's like this thing got a basement, like 90 grand for a pontoon boat.
I saw a big toilet and a shower in there.
Nah, but I'm assuming they all have bathrooms in them, and probably grills and stoves and probably refrigerators and put all kind of stuff in one. You start paying money for them.
Yeah. Well, then most of them all have a bathroom. What they do is that back where you can walk to the back of the boat, you've got the area right behind the captain's, and then there's the seat comes around like this, and it's got a standoff, and the cover goes up with vinyl curtains, and it's a bathroom in there. So then you
actually, even mine has a bathroom, and it's got one of them little potties in it, you know. And,
yep.
Yeah, and you know, you get down in it, you're probably in this room that's just like this big, and there's a little light, and if you had to go, you could use it. I avoid using it, but I've had some women out there, you know, women, they gotta go, they gotta go.
They gotta go.
I'm like, I got one if you need to use it. My only rule is when we get back, you're emptying it. It does have one. Or that emergency.
So Roger, what's the weather like there now?
Oh, very cloudy. It's ready to rain again.
Yeah, it's kind of a high clouds here and incandescent lighting. It's not like bright and sunny, but it's not dark either.
Yeah, it stopped raining here, but it's cloudy. Yeah, no sun.
Everybody, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't. For Roger. There you go.
Yeah.
You says bang that button. Hammer.
Drop the hammer Asgard style.
That's it. So David, you're going out again, Dondering shortly?
Yeah, tomorrow when Lindsay finishes work, we're going to head out east. It's her choice this weekend. It's a nice enough place, but I wouldn't have picked it.
Sometimes a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
There's a chance we might see some dolphins or whales, but it's going to be raining most of the weekend, so I'd have gone to a different spot. But if she's happy, keep her happy. That's I'll play radio.
Now, do you have TV in the motorhome? No.
Took it out. It came with telly and all that, but took it out. It's that's not what we go away for. We don't watch telly at home, so we're not going to watch it when we're away. But, there's plenty of places to walk and things to see and things to do. It's just not what I would have picked. As I say, it's her turn. I picked the last two.
Yeah.
And one of them was from me, so. It's a place called White Hills. The only thing, we might see some dolphins. It's possible.
Nice.
Plenty of bird life there. Plenty of places to go walking and exploring and what have you. I should get to fly the drone, weather permitting, and it's got a nice takeaway, and that's about it.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah.
We might go catch this ship.
Okay, no problem.
Because I'm intrigued by the name. It's the name of it is the BBC Russia.
Okay.
And it seems to be hauling propellers.
Bringing them propellers back up the river that went down the other day.
Turbine, yeah. I'll be back.
Okay, no problem. We'll be here.
Yeah, I'm just going to grab a refill for my copper.
No problem. We'll be here. Everybody check out everybody's channels. Must be cupcake time. Yeah, he's going to meet the girls side of the river. Yeah, there you go. We were talking about that on those guys last night.
Yeah, they were giving me a hard time last night about that. On the 10th of Port Huron.
Hey, the tank, how you doing?
What's up, Tank?
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Nice to hear that. Thank Frank. Yep. Yeah, we are going to get rain here today. I'm sure of it. We had little sprinkles a while ago there, but we still supposed to get rain all day today. So it's very cloudy. We're going to get it.
What is that plant? Is that something that is it growing up something, or is that something actually growing out of the ground?
It's growing out of the ground. It's growing out of the ground. Every year it grows like that. We cut it right
Is
down.
it like attached to something, or is it just it
Yeah,
grows
we
like
got
that?
Yeah, we got a little metal post in the middle. And
Okay. I'm like, man, that thing just shoots straight up.
No, if we didn't do that, it'll be like
It's probably yeah. Okay.
top heavy for the
Yeah.
flowers.
Yeah.
I wish I had
That's
more.
nice though.
Yeah, I wish I had more of those around. But,
Something you can practice your orbits around, man. That little mini out there and just practice orbiting.
Yeah, it'll be covered with blooms. Yeah. I'd like to try to get the seeds off it and plant more, but yeah, that thing will go right up to the first snowfall. Yeah. Hi, Eileen. How you doing this morning? Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you.
Morning, Eileen.
So if you go to my next door neighbor, my landlord's place there, it's full of flowers in his yard. Full. He kept on saying, I want to bring you a bunch over, you can plant them and all that. I look at him, no.
My wife's got gardens 360 degrees around the house, Roger. Flowers everywhere.
Yeah, I like flowers, but it's the weeding part and all that. No. Or the weed whacking around them or whatever. No. I used to do that a long time for the town. No more. I don't have the back for it.
This is terrible. Nobody in the house having to make my own tea.
Roland says, if the mustache gets any bigger, Ron, you got something of Magnum PI.
Yeah, I get the Magnum PI jokes too. But I'll tell you, the compliments outweigh the Magnum PI stuff, you know. What else? Y50, stuff like that. You know, I like whatever.
Yeah, Roland says, the flowers are cool, buy them. Good for us Dutch guys. Yeah, all the flowers come from where you live there, Roland, that's for sure. Did they do the tulips this year at the Parliament building? You?
Pardon me?
Did they do the tulips this year at the Parliament building?
I don't know. You know, I actually didn't go to Ottawa around that time.
Tulips, yeah, because those tulips get them every year from I think it is from where Roland lives.
Oh yeah.
That's the history of those tulips. Yes, they did. Okay, Tank.
Okay, yeah, Tank would know.
Yeah, there's a history behind that.
Yeah, that was after World War One, probably.
Yeah, because Canada took the prince in or princess in to save her or something like that. And she paid them back by sending tulips every year. Yeah, the Netherlands, yes. Yeah. Ooh, convertible Mustang just went by, top down. Yeah. Okay, Canada saved us in World War II. Okay. Yeah. I knew there was a history behind that. That's about the only history I know about Canada.
Oh, in the chat. Rolling. Okay. See you. Verbal, he's still in here? Verbal?
Yeah, Herbal's still in here.
All right. Sorry, guys. I'm chatting, I'm working, and trying to follow the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, Tank. It's a food time and coffee too. Every year, big thanks to the soldiers from Canada who gave their lives to save us. I even have breakfast yet.
I don't feel like I had breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
Half a portion of porridge. I complained to the staff, but they went out to work. Muttered something about she'd run out.
Roger, they have masks mandatory up there?
Yeah, what?
Do they mandate the masks wearing up there?
Oh yeah. Here we have to wear them everywhere. Stores.
Like to go somewhere, if you go to stores.
Yeah.
Ohio's just starting that tonight, where they're going to mandate it if you go into a business or, basically unless you're out kind of exercising outside.
Yeah.
Where,
Oh, you gotta wear them everywhere now.
I don't care. I mean, that doesn't mean I'm not allowed to not like it, but it doesn't mean I won't do it.
If you go to a store, you don't have a mask on, they put you out. Go get a
Really?
mask.
Hey, they're actually passing them out.
Yeah, some stores they will pass them out. Yeah, but not all of them.
I think it's a small price to pay to get people in your store.
Yeah.
I wouldn't turn my business just because I
Hey, north of 54. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. North of 54, how you doing?
A friend of mine has absolutely refused point blank to wear one, despite, and he's a beekeeper, and I saw a perfect cartoon for him, and it's two beekeepers and a guy with in the full gear, and a guy without getting stung by the bees. And below it says something along the lines, well, I told him about wearing the gear, but he complained. He just went on and on about his rights. So I said, hey, Daryl, you'll have come across these people like this, won't you? And because he's a beekeeper, and all he saw was the bees and the guy who wouldn't wear the beekeeping thing.
Okay. He
didn't miss the point I was having to dig, which was the fact that he was never going to wear a mask, even though it was. But he's trying to do all his shopping and everything online to avoid having to wear a mask. It's just
doing well. I have part 1 of 2 videos up on live on my channel now. Oh, that's cool there, north of 54. Yeah, then no mask, no service. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing here. No mask, no service.
Any
Yeah.
indoor place.
Paul like got me the idea for that. You
Got
know.
the shield.
I set my back. I set my back. Oh yeah.
Oh, I think this is perfect, man.
Because on the picture itself on Amazon, it looks like it's a hard mask, but it's not.
No, it's just a mask. It'll do just fine for me.
But
Yeah.
here, I could wear that, but you still have to put a mask underneath.
Really?
Yep.
No, that would be acceptable here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, love my drones. How you doing? Nice to see you.
It's easier to type.
Ed's in the house. Yeah, Paul Murray's gone out flying a ship. He'll be back, won't be long. The ship that you see on the screen in his background, that's when he's going to go fly.
And if Paul Hodges was here, he'd be able to see the drone.
Yeah. I'm just there we go. Hope you're doing well there, Ed. Yeah, Herman was here a while ago, but he left. He had a doctor's appointment.
Big ship.
So there'll be no flying here today, guys. That's for sure because of the rain. Yeah.
And I'm not looking too promising here. Weekend down here is supposed to be really nice and hot.
It's going to be warm and wet here. I'm hoping the weatherman's got it wrong and it's going to be warm. But warm and wet's the forecast.
Yeah, here tomorrow it's gonna be nice. Saturday, nice. Sunday, nice, but it's gonna be hot. Monday rain, Tuesday rain, Wednesday rain, Thursday rain, Friday rain, Saturday rain. We got rain all next week. Ah. Oh.
Hi, Northeast Drones. All I can see is a group of handsome blokes on a boat.
Hey, how you doing there? Northeast Drone Productions. Hope you're doing good. I wonder if Paul's gonna fly around the small ship, the small boats beside the big boat. That's the captain's boat. The yeah, it's it. You're gonna be getting the hot weather we got. It's gonna be like we were getting really hot weather there too, north of 54. Usually we never get that kind of hot weather, yeah. How you been doing there, Matt? That's the pilot boat, yeah. I wonder if he ever flies around those ones too.
I'll take off to fly.
Pardon? Yeah, he's gonna fly that ship there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, all's doing good here. Just the weather's a little bit lousy there, but it's all good.
Like Paul might be fighting some wind out there. Trees are
Maybe.
blowing, the
Looks like
flags
it.
are blowing.
Yeah. They're docked right here in the Black River. Okay, the pilot boats, yeah.
Oh, that's upbound, right? That's heading to Lake Huron.
Yeah. I'll be right back, guys. Give me a second.
No problem. I don't know if you'll see this. No, it's not showing. Or maybe if I get it enough. You see where the connector is, and then you've got like the clip on the battery there. You see between the clip, the little hole in the top here, there's a crack along the thing. Not sure how that's happened, but that's the second drone, second spark battery that's gone that way for me. Still works. It'll fly.
Back.
Everybody's running away.
I'm back. I had to get something to snack on.
Northeast Drones, you've asked Hugh a question, and he's run away. What, Roger? I always, when I first got my Spark, thought that the connection, you know, the wire, the OTG connection between the controller and the
Yeah. Tablet.
tablet was, you know, was a luxury, as it were. Hi, Chris Hope, and never bothered with it. And then I got a cable and used it, and thought it was great. But it's only recently when
Hey, Chris.
I had the cable go down on me and the controller go bust on me, the charging part of it. And and I started flying without that while I was waiting for the new controller that I picked up on eBay to come. It was only then I sort of realized the difference, I think, or appreciated the difference. And it shouldn't be a difference, really. The Wi-Fi connections between the two should be as solid as a cable because they're right to each other. But it does make a hell of a difference. I was so comfortable flying it this weekend when I was away by myself, or week during the week, flying at a distance without any bother or anything. It's just weird. You wouldn't have thought it would have made a difference, but it just wouldn't crack it at distance with the Wi-Fi connection between the tablet and the thing. Whether it's the daft European limits on the Wi-Fi or what, I don't know. But it was working a treat Monday and Tuesday when I was flying. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm glad I bought that new controller.
Well, I know Kim's very happy with Spark he's flying all the time now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just wondering if the connection between the tablet and the controller, Kim, is interfering somehow. Yeah, it's certainly a better link. Just whether it's interfering, and they're supposedly on different frequencies, 2.4 and 5.8, but who knows? Who knows? But it certainly works. It's a lot more comfortable flying with that cable. And it might be just a in the head thing as well, but yeah.
I Has there been any updates on the meeting lately? I haven't started mine up in the past week.
Haven't heard.
Yeah. Hey, Hugh, Northwest Drone Productions asked you a question before you left.
Oh, sorry.
It was
Just like the shot going over the island, seeing into the water. Oh, thanks, bud.
He was asking prior to that what drone you were using for that shot.
Oh, Mavic Air is the only one I fly. Yeah, that's my only camera drone.
That wasn't the Booger then?
Not the Booger. No, that's the Booger's my backup drone.
Roland said you might return.
I've got that tablet just for flying, Roland, and it's pared back down to, it doesn't do anything. Anything that shouldn't be on or running or switched on or whatever is off. I use that for my flying when I'm away. And it's, what do you call it? It works a treat. It's just that little bit of confidence of having the cable back and everything working. He's asking about filters now, Asgard.
Yeah, I answered him.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah. My chat.
Yeah, I rarely use any filters. The only time I tend to use filters is if I want to do a slow exposure, a long exposure of something like a waterfalls to smooth it out. And then I'll run a long filter like a ND256 or even an ND1000. But I don't do those very often.
You do a waterfall. How long do you make your exposure?
Maybe 15 to 30 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, long time.
Oh wow.
That's why you need such a heavy filter.
And you can do that with a drone. Or are you talking about like
with a drone?
Your drone will sit there still enough for a 30-second exposure.
Well, it's video. So what it does is it's smoothing. It's just smoothing everything out, right? Oh no, I'm talking picture. Okay, so picture.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're taking a
picture. It'll be steady.
It holds steady enough for exposure at home.
It's not as good as a camera on a tripod, but it's pretty darn close.
No,
yeah.
I've been wanting to try that. I didn't think it would really take that good of a long exposure.
Yeah, you can do them. The only problem I find is that because it's such a small sensor, it's not the clearest, sharpest image. Like I get a much better image with my DSLR doing stuff like that. So, I've experimented with it, but it's not something I do on a regular basis because the result is not as good as my DSLR.
Okay.
But there's some places where, you're not going to be able to get your DSLR pointed at a waterfall.
Right.
Where, you need to get the drone in there. So.
I've said it before, I use two filters. I use the UV filter just as lens protection. And if I'm flying over water, I use my polarizer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, wind can be a problem for the steady shot. Like I wouldn't do one that was like, 100 feet in the air. When I'm doing a waterfall, I'll be 5 feet off the water. Like I'm pretty close. So you're in the trees, yeah, you're pretty protected.
Just outside the spray.
Yeah, you definitely. Yeah, definitely.
I used, because I was on my own and wanted some still photographs, I used Lindsay's Canon while I was away. The little M100 I bought for her. It takes some cracking shots, but I don't like using it. I'll stick with my big SLR. Thank you very much for the still shots.
I'll see if I can find some of my pictures.
Yeah, Roland says the wind can be a problem with the steady shot.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else is fun too? Long exposure. So you don't need ND filters, but at night using a long exposure to photograph light trails.
I do a lot of, no, I do a fair bit of night photography with my SLR, but I've never done anything like that. Yeah.
So that's actually a drone flying around.
Yeah.
And I did a few experiments, just kind of, this is shot with my DSLR, but it's of the drone actually just doing some things.
Wow.
I like that one. Yeah. Light painting, just something different. Oh, I'll have to share it. Let's see if I can get this one. This one's cool because it's reflecting off the, there was a layer of snow and ice. And it's reflecting.
Nice.
Yeah, it's almost like a little volcano, you know? I don't think I had these zoomed out either, but yeah, the light was reflecting off the ice and the snow.
That's cool.
Does anybody have a picture of the comet?
I could get a clear enough night.
Here either, it's always cloudy.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, even if it was clear, we won't be able to see it. It's too light. Until it's visible in daylight, we probably won't get to see it. Or if it's still hanging about, which it should be when it starts to get dark at night.
Indoor light painting.
That's cool.
That's a little mini whoop with some LEDs on it.
Yeah.
And finally, let's see. I like this one. It kind of looks like it's going all over the place. And there's Orion in the background,
Yeah.
constellation.
Betelgeuse is still there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just out of my driveway.
Autumn
Yeah,
and winter and spring are the times to get what do you call it? Stars up here. During the summer, forget it.
Roland says, yeah, I have a video of that, but the FAA doesn't like it. I don't know why.
Flying at night. I don't know. You're allowed to fly at night. You're allowed to fly at night as a hobbyist, right?
We're allowed to fly at night here.
Yeah, I think in the United States you're allowed to fly as a hobbyist at night. 107 needs a waiver.
Sent it to the comment.
All right, Roger. I gotta get back to work. Good talking to you guys again.
Okay, guys. You take
Okay,
care.
Ron. Take care, man.
Take care, Rob.
Take care, guys. We'll see you. Bye, everybody in the chat.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay.
Take it easy.
Yeah, you too. Oh, it's a drone joke. Okay, Roland. Yeah, I sent it to the comment. Okay, Roland.
Here's a long exposure. It's not really long. I think this is more like probably 10 seconds or something, but it just smooths out the rapids just a little bit to give it a bit of a milky. So that's a picture where I think I used an ND filter
Okay.
just to smooth out the water. And that's with the Mavic Air too.
Was that close to your place you used to live?
Yeah. Well, that's about 45 minutes away.
What's the color in the rocks?
Leaves.
All right.
Yeah, just orange leaves.
Orange leaf.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a beautiful spot. Blakeney Rapids. I've actually got a lot of drone videos of that one.
I got no filters at all for the Mavic Mini, and I got the filters for the Spark, but I never put them on.
As I say, I've got a filter kit, and I rarely if I've flown once and I've had a look at the video and I think that's not quite right, I like when I took the videos of Fokker's that I was talking about, I then flew again with an ND filter. But because you can't go up and take a light reading, you're really just guesstimating which one you're going to use.
Okay.
It can help, but it's not something I would use all the time. And these days, depending on the editor you're using, you can correct for that in the editor, unless you go into the kind of extremes for the pictures that you're talking about with Hughes smooth water.
Yeah.
So that's a different thing altogether. Yeah.
So
And
Matt,
that last comment wholeheartedly, time, day, and the light.
that one picture that I was showing you, I might have used maybe there might have only been like an ND64 filter or something, and maybe a 5-second exposure or something. But the longer you leave the exposure, the smoother the water is for waterfalls and things like that. So,
Okay.
You just kind of experiment, right?
Years and years ago, I using filters and what have you. Somebody tried to show me the difference for using filters with video against using them with still photography.
Yeah.
And it was years and years ago. And I said to him then, and I stick to it now, most of the time, I'd rather see what I can see with my eye. I'd rather that's what the camera took than any sort of filters of any shape or form. And what we were talking about then was really colored filters. I used to hate, I don't know if you remember CSI Miami.
Yep.
That was always shot with tobacco filters and all sorts of.
Yeah, colorized
it just
stuff.
spoiled it for me.
Yeah.
Yes, I know filming in Miami is difficult because it's so bright and there's so much glare and what have you, but there's better ways to sort the problem than graded filters.
Yeah, they kind of colorized the whole show so that it had an orangey look to it, right?
Tried to make Miami look glamorous and instead of an old people's home.
Hey, Stingray, how you doing? Aerial Solutions, nice to see you.
What's up, Stingray?
Now, if there's somebody on here from Florida, I'm in trouble.
Roland, I think Roland was asking a question.
What was the frame rate divide the rule? Oh, are you talking about the 180 rule? Let's see. That's what you're asking about? There's something called the 180 degree rule.
Captured Life says he has ND filters for all my cameras, including drones.
Some people, it's to do with the shutter speed, isn't it? Rather than.
Yeah, it's about creating motion blur.
Yeah.
The rule for using the right frame rate and aperture. Well, there's a bunch of different rules. The 180 rule is about getting the motion blur, which comes down to frame rate. I know in Europe, you guys use 25 frames per second. In North America, we typically use 24 as kind of the most realistic.
Cinema's 24.9 something, isn't it?
Yeah. And then so your to get the 24, I forget all this stuff off the top of my head. But anyway, there's the link to it. Anyway, the 180 degree rule.
It's what you're really trying to do is use the video and what you're playing it on the TV effectively to trick the eye into thinking that there's, it's natural. It's what you're trying for at the end of the day, in my opinion.
And I don't worry too much about it, to be honest. As long as I get the right exposure, that's all I'm looking for.
Yeah. Because the rest can be tweaked slightly in the editor without too much hassle.
Now, photography is a different thing. So video is one thing, photography is different because you know, you might use different frame rates for capturing a bird. You want a faster shutter speed so that you can stop the motion versus, you know, a still subject where you want to create more depth of field and whatever.
Yeah, with a bird, fast shutter speed and as open as you can get the aperture.
That'd be like 1200 for a flying bird versus, you know, 600 for somebody in sports versus, you know, 100 if you're just capturing a still subject or something.
Yeah. I'm saying yeah, but I don't know what you're talking about. But
at the end of the day, you've got to get enough light through the lens onto the sensor or the film, whichever one you're doing.
The easiest trick is to start your camera on automatic, look at those settings, and then adjust them.
Go from it, yeah.
And go from the automatic, because it's automatically going to pick the right aperture and stuff.
Yeah. I'm on auto roller. Yeah.
That's what annoys me about the rules that are coming in about line of sight and keeping your eyes on the drone, because I have all the camera settings on my screen, so I can see what they are to adjust if I need to. I prefer not to, but I'm watching them while I'm flying. It's like a pilot watching his instruments. You wouldn't expect the pilot not to watch his instruments.
Yeah.
In drone flying, that includes the cameras, which is why it's there. I don't bother with histograms and things like that when I'm flying, but I do like to see what the camera's doing, shutter speed and what have you.
Yep. Yep. But my main worry is just getting the right exposure. Just that's it. You know, I set it for 24 frames per second and then just adjust the light so that I get what I think is a decent exposure.
And I also need to see that red circle, whether it's big or small. And I make sure it's big before I come into land, because if I don't, I'm going to forget and leave it on and then have to bring the file home to repair it.
I think Paul's going to catch 2 ships instead of 1.
Yeah. Considering all the ships going up and down there are doing pretty much one of the same jobs, there's not that many, you know, it's either cargo or liquid cargo or maybe gas. There's so many different designs. It's incredible to, you know, doing that same job.
Well, I posted the wrong 180-degree rule.
I didn't even go looking at it, so, but it was for drone TV.
Here's the shutter speed rule. Sorry. That's a link. Polar Pro's got a good article on that.
That's Polar Pro filters I used.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what I used to use with my still photography. Oh.
So your captured life wrote down.
What were they called?
Yeah, your more video. I started doing just photography with the drones. And in fact, my Instagram account was where I first started posting stuff. And that's all I posted was, you know, top-down shots and stuff that you'd normally see with the drone. And then I got into video somehow. I don't even remember how I got into video. I think probably because coming on Canadian Drone Hub, I started talking about video and then I started doing it.
Yeah.
But before that, I would only go up and I would take photographs. I was doing no video whatsoever.
See, I wasn't that keen on the photographs I was taking from the air. So I started doing video and then taking the photograph, like Paul was talking about, taking the photographs out of the bit. It's not as good, photographically speaking, you would think, but it was as good as the Spark camera was capable of, if you see what I mean. It compared. If I had a Phantom 4 Pro or something else with something with a bigger sensor, maybe I'd do it differently. But
I think I might even go back to start taking just pictures again, because I found the pressure of trying to make a video is a lot of work. And I used to really enjoy just taking the pictures and posting the pictures. It's simple, it's easy. It didn't require a lot of post-processing. You know, you've got a shot, you frame it, you take it, and then you post it on Instagram, and you're done, right? Whereas a video, I've got to find music, I've got to edit, I've got to post it, I've got to tag it. It's a big production, right? But actually, now that I have the community tab, I can post just pictures on my YouTube. So I might start doing that.
Yeah, it is more work. I never edited yet. My videos are all raw, so.
Well, after we've been away for a weekend, and or partway through the weekend, the subject will normally come up. I'll say to Lindsay, how many pictures have you taken? And she'll say, say it's a Saturday afternoon, 24. And I say, I've taken more than that in a second of flying. Now, come on. She's never impressed for some reason. Yeah, that's in the video, you need double the shutter speed per FPS. That's a rough rule of thumb, and it works.
Yep.
As I say, the guy years ago tried to teach me it, and I should, that's the way. Thousands of photos and one nice one ruined. Thankfully, it's all digital, so we don't have to pay to have them processed down. Or process them yourself like I used to, because I couldn't afford to send all my film off.
I release a video every 2 weeks due to my crazy schedule.
Pretty good.
No mail today. Mailman just went straight by. Fall back in the day. We just needed to put the picture you want in the photo. Okay. Everybody, I will be closing down at noon today. I'm learning a lot by listening to the chat today and reading the chat and links. Cool, Love You 54. Glad it's helping you out.
Yeah, no experts here, but at least we're enthusiastic amateurs.
Somebody quoted something similar to that to me the other day about a problem we're having with one of the repeaters up here in the radio world. And it was something like that. And I said, you might be an amateur, but I used to get paid for fixing radios. I used to get a bit for fixing radios. And that is what the problem is here. You're not listening to me. After that, he listened. The radio's now fixed. And it's not knowing individual radios. It's just years and years of, well, not years and years of the training that you were given years and years ago applies to a lot of things for finding a fault.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what it is, and it's working out where the fault was and what have you. And they got themselves down a route, and they were convinced this was what the problem was, but it wasn't. The problem couldn't have been what they were saying, which was they were trying to adjust the sensitivity of the radio, but it's a digital radio, and you can't do it by hand. You've got to do it with some software, and then the manufacturer doesn't give the software to all and sundry. You've got to send it to the manufacturer to be set up. But what they were adjusting was something in the analog world which would have been right to adjust. But the only time it's relevant in the amateur world, in the radio world, in this particular sequence, is maybe if you were a professional and you had a handheld radio like that, you wouldn't want to be changing frequency as you move around a town, having to twiddle to get through. You just want to use the radio and talk. And that's what this setting was for. Whereas in the city where the repeater is, an amateur repeater, there's just one. Whereas in a civvy commercial setup, you'd have 4 or 5. And the guy wouldn't know that his radio was hopping. And what they were trying to set was this level which affected the hopping. But we've got no hopping happening. So this was having no effect whatsoever. and they couldn't see it. And eventually I got them to change out the unit and to put it on a receiver test. And it proved that the receiver was as sensitive as the other radio that they had in originally. And
I bow to the master.
No. And I got them, I said, and there is a problem. I admit, yes, there's a physical problem, but it isn't this, that, and the other. By putting that radio in, you've just proved that it is that bit of hardware. And I said, nobody here is qualified to fix it. It's got to go to somebody with the right software.
Yeah.
So they've at last said, okay, we'll send it away. The radio that had the problem has now gone away, and the repeater is now working perfectly again. And they just got themselves, plus they were reading a little bit at a time and trying to learn it or do it off YouTube and that. It was just needed that little bit of input.
Good.
And I didn't know the radio. I didn't know that. It's just I'd done fault finding for years. It's a simple method. Sherlock Holmes wasn't a genius. He just he just used the same methods, basically, eliminating things logically. Thanks, Capture Life. Somebody will take you up on that.
Okay.
See, now if that was a river in the UK, that boat would be hung, drawn and quartered.
Why?
Causing the bow wave.
Oh, big deal. Come on.
Believe it or not, in the rivers in the UK, that's frowned upon, and in many of them, illegal.
That's barely a ripple. You see the bow waves those big tankers make?
Yeah, but it's speed rather than because the tank. I mean, look at that one going south with the water. Admittedly, there's not a lot there, and when they're going north, against the flow, then yeah, there'll be some extra.
I suppose it's a problem on those narrow boat rivers, those tiny narrow rivers that you got crisscrossing
away
the
the banks and what have you.
Yeah.
I mean, even the commercial traffic that goes up and down some of them as to, go slow enough not to cause erosion these days.
Yeah.
But we don't have rivers that size, of course.
Must be interesting living on one of those narrow boats.
It's not the narrow boats.
Metro Jones, thank you so much. Much appreciated, my friend.
The narrow boats, the canals tend to have brick and pilings and what have you, protecting the banks. But it's the natural rivers.
Metro Jones, thank you again. Much appreciated, my friend.
What's up, buddy?
Hi, Metro Drones.
Hope you're doing well. Hope you're able to go out flying.
Blind Neil's doing it for you now, Roger.
Super sticker, super chat. Yeah, I know. I'm taking a break on that part. Everything's appreciated, my friends. Thank you so much. I had a job this morning following a pontoon boat around. Oh, not bad.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Nice little job, that, especially for our boats. I'm glad everything went well.
I'm just taking a quick look at John Donato's video.
Yeah, the Bears.
Definitely bears.
I didn't see it on his channel. Is it on Facebook or something?
No, it's on YouTube.
Can you guys send me a link? Because I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I'll put the link up.
Oh, thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
There you go.
You're a scholar and a gentleman.
I don't know about the second one.
Everybody should go to Buddy's channel. Make sure you got them supported, guys. And don't forget to hit that like button on the way in or way out.
Is this going to be like a JDS video where there's no bears?
No.
No, these you see them.
Wow.
He's got to the bit with
Oh, yeah. Wow. Nice.
Oh,
No,
wow.
that's good there, Blind Neil, yeah. I might have a barbecue tonight.
Good idea.
Yeah,
What are you cooking?
pork sirloin.
Oh, nice.
I'll probably go look in the fridge, see what there is, decide I can't be bothered, and get something quick out of the freezer.
There you go.
Hi, Frank.
Morning,
Okay,
Frank.
they're rolling. Hey, Frank. How you doing today?
Gotta select the right microphone for me to talk.
Yeah. Oh, it's working good.
Cool. My wireless microphone was dead, so I had to switch to the other one.
Okay. So, your live stream was last night, was it? Or is it tonight?
It's tonight at 9:30.
Okay, so everybody don't forget the Tank RC can be on tonight at 9:30.
Way past my bedtime.
I was awake, I would be there.
Am I gonna have to do one like right after Rogers just to have you guys on?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Last night, I went on those guys. I didn't stay on too long. I had my supper. And right after supper, man, I couldn't keep my eyes open. I went and laid down. I got up at 9:30 last night.
Okay.
So 6:30 to 9:30, I laid down.
Wow.
It's 3:30 in the morning, 9:30.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks
you're
for
9:30.
Obsession. How you doing? Good morning. Nice to see you.
2:30 in the morning. Something like that. Yeah. Well past my bedtime.
Yeah, I'm normally in bed by 8 p.m. sort of thing. When I go to bed early, I get up early.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I posted a picture of on my Facebook, and it was guess what I'm doing. I'll show you guys real quick. So this is a picture I put, and it's a piece of wood with holes every once in a while.
You're making a floor for your trailer.
No, I was actually building a ladder.
Oh, okay.
So here's the ladder. This
What's
thing
with
is
that?
71 inches long, this ladder.
Wow.
Wow.
There's
It's all the way up the tower, is it?
Yeah, that's to put all the way up to my tower. So now I got to secure it today. I just painted it white. I painted one coat this morning, and I just went to do a second coat right now. So it's going to be all white. So it should stand out pretty good in there.
Very cool.
But now I got to secure it in between in the tower, and it is not going to stick out like this on top, which is going to look good. So that's going to be, and it's friggin' long. It's really long. So how I did it is I did a hole every 1 inch on this one piece of wood, and then I put a nail on this side and then a nail on the other side. And the nail is actually glued in there. So it's pre-drilled a little tight, but actually glued in there. So everything should stay together. So it's kind of cool.
Good idea.
But it's 71
Hey, Paul.
inches.
Yeah. That's.
You can see my work shack here on the bottom.
Yeah.
And I got a little 1/10 gazebo here on the ground. So it was a fun little thing, and I called my wife over to actually look at it, and she finds all these little things cool, what I'm doing. So it's interesting. It's fun.
Neat, man.
Blind Neil says he'll swing by tonight to make sure the button is blue. Okay.
Cool.
Post your link for your channel again there in the chat there, Tank, in case people don't have it.
Yeah, let me get that real quick. So we usually talk about anything RC related. So if people do come in and they want to talk about drones, we talk about drone. We talked about drifting the other day. We talked about drag racing. We talked pretty much anything RC related. So it's a fun talk.
See, your bell is still rung and everything. I never get your notifications just the same. I don't know why.
Oh, no?
No, your bell is still rung and everything. I'm going to unsubscribe and resubscribe. That might help. Unsubscribe. Okay. Resubscribe. Ring the bell. All.
Ah, look at that. The Canadian drone just subbed to me.
There you go. So you got to do sometimes. You got to unsubscribe to and resubscribe to make sure you get the bell rung and get the notifications. Doesn't work all the time, but it's worth trying.
Yeah, it's crazy and stupid that you have to do that. Theoretically, you shouldn't have to, but
yeah.
You got 2 ships, Paul.
Yes, I did. I got the upbound and the downbound. And when I finished the downbound one, the one past the last, there was, I don't know if you guys saw them out there in the river, but there was 2 guys doing paddle boarding. And I'm thinking, oh, wow. So after I did that ship, I flew down further and got the 2 paddle boarders and did a circle of them.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did they wave?
No, they had their hands busy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Landed at 25% battery left.
Oh.
But I started out at 79% because I'd already flown one ship before.
Okay.
So.
Well, I hope your SD card was in there good and everything.
Yeah, I do too. I'm going to take a look at it. You never know, you know?
It could be worse, Roger. It could be in there and he hasn't switched it over.
Yeah, he switched over the other day. Well, so far, no swearing, so we're okay.
Looks like it's good.
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh, somebody's mean.
Roxy,
Somebody's
Roxy, Roxy. Okay, I'll give you guys a quick preview if you'd like.
Go for it.
Okay, I think I have to minimize that and then share it. Share screen. Share. There it is. That's the BBC Russia.
Hmm.
You guys can see that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Some
it was
windmill turbines.
Yeah, turbine fins.
Yep. So let's stop. Let's.
God, those things are huge, eh?
Yeah, it's even more impressive when you see them going down the highway.
Yeah.
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 Can you
I
imagine
have.
them on the small roads up in Scotland?
No.
You know the A96, you?
Yeah.
Going
Have you been
around
to Monash
corners.
Road? We get them on there.
Oh yeah.
They do? I would have thought they'd have to airlift them or something.
In my Master's of Science in Project Management, that was my final project. Was we had to design the project to install a wind turbine in Scotland. That's what we did.
So it's your fault our roads are blocked then? That's what
It's all my fault. We never actually implemented the project. It was just a theoretical case study, right? But we had to build the plan and do all that. So there's a lot to putting up a wind turbine, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
There was
big
that
engineering feat.
Let me see if I can pull up the other.
Well, you know the Beatrix oil field off Dunbeath, that's up in the north. That is now the hub for an offshore wind farm.
Oh, really?
They've got them out there. And now, a simple idea, but during all the years of the oil fields, they had problems getting people from boats onto the rigs in heavy weather.
Yeah.
Now, the front of the boat comes on and they lock to two runners effectively on the side of the thing. And then the boat just goes up and down with the waves and the guy can just get onto a ladder. It's incredibly simple. And the guy just hooks himself on and scoots up, no messing about.
That'd be cool to see.
Yeah. That was developed while I was doing some work at Talisman. And the guy who was working on it was sat on the next desk to me in the cubicle. And he says, it's such a simple idea. If we can make it work, it will save us millions in the North Sea. And it's now out there and working.
I haven't been to Aberdeen since 2005, I think, was the last year I was there. University's even got a new library that I've never seen.
That ship is long.
Yeah, it's about 780 feet.
Not a lot of people outside on the deck. Everybody's working, I guess.
Let me see if I can. This is the one I did where I chased down the paddle boarders.
Hey, what's up, Royal Norwegian?
It's just sitting there, Paul.
What's that? You can't see it?
No, all we're seeing is the directory with the 3 files in it.
It's as if it wasn't sharing the right screen.
I don't
That
know.
could be it, yeah.
Can you see it now?
No, you stop sharing the screen.
Yeah, it's just the normal Zoom screen we can see.
Come on, Paul, you can do it.
I'm hoping.
You can do it.
There they are.
You ever get a paddle guy try to knock you out with the paddle?
I'm not a paddle boarder.
Waiting for them to notice the drone.
Here comes a
That's
big
a good
wave.
shot. Look at that ship and the paddle boarders. Nice.
Yeah. Hey, Carpenter Rick.
Welcome back, Rick.
I see there's a lot of inflatable paddle boards these days.
Oh yeah.
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 It looks like
handy.
fun, but it must be hard on the legs, always balancing like that and staying up.
You need to be in good shape, I think. Yeah.
It's so tippy, you know.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm lazy, but I'd rather sit down.
Yeah, me too. I'd rather do a kayak where I can relax.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
it.
Plus, a kayak, you can go a lot faster. You get into a good rhythm, you can really scoot.
I'm trying to convince Lindsay to let me buy a canoe. Yeah,
A canoe rather than a kayak?
Canoe rather than a kayak, yeah. So to take both of us in it and gear with us, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very popular here in Ontario. We're like
Yeah.
canoe central around here.
Yeah. Well, these days you can get the kayaks which can take bags and
Yeah.
all the rest of it.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
But, I've just always wanted one.
So
One of those.
somebody created a small scale golf cart.
That's cute.
What a good idea. Like he's done a good work. Like the details on it, the foam he's used.
Oh,
He's
wow.
even got a cooler at the back, and the way he's done the pedal, he's done really like there's a Coke can there.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of good detail into this little crawler.
Is it RC or is it just a prop?
No, it's an RC.
Oh,
You
wow.
can see
Okay.
the servo here in front.
No kidding.
It's a smaller scale one. I'm not sure what scale it is, but it's he's done.
Have you
nice
seen
job.
what Rick's written about inflatables?
Inflatable girls too. It's really, yeah.
Inflatable. The silicone ones are even more popular now. They're getting more and more real.
But it's scary, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's when you see pictures of them, and now that they're starting to robotize them. Wow, like
I mean, before you just had to be careful in bars in Thailand. Now you've got to be careful all over the place with these dolls about.
All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I will see you probably tomorrow, whoever's on.
Okay, sounds
Hasta
good.
mañana.
You take care, and I hope the day goes better.
cool.
He's having electrical problems at the house.
Oh no.
He put a air conditioner up in his son's room, window air, and he's in a house that was built in 1835.
Oh yeah.
He plugged in the air conditioner, and all of a sudden, half the lights went out in the house and he went through the breakers and nothing came back. So
they've
Okay.
left something. They've left something in line when they've done the rewiring, haven't they?
that, or my thought is it could be a bad breaker, or
yeah.
it could be that, you know, most of the houses over here are wired 220 coming in. So 220 usually has behind the panel 2 fuses, maybe one of the fuses popped.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I mean, we're 220 throughout the house. I didn't realize that you were 220 coming into the house and then it can drop to.
And it drops, you spread it out. Yep.
Yeah, all right.
Because that's the way that with the 220, then you can run a dryer or whatever out of the same fuse box. You just run
one off each.
Yeah. Flakes over there, you know.
He's what? You're going to have to explain that, Rick.
Yeah, I would imagine. I agree. I think it probably is knob and tube wiring.
Right. I'm going on Google.
Completely tore the place up and rewired everything. There's got to be some knob and tube in there, especially going up to the second floor.
Yeah.
You know what knob and tube is, right, David?
No, that's what I'm just looking. It's
knob and tube. You have an isolator periodically, and one side, either the positive or negative, and another isolator, and they're usually spread apart. And they go up to the walls like that.
Yeah, and what's scary about those is that the wire that's going is not covered. It's not. It doesn't have rubber around it. That's why they have that isolator.
No, Roger's not here, Rick. So unless he's made Paul the host before he went.
Well, let me see. I don't think he did.
I'm not sure he did.
Nope, he did not. Hang on, Rick. Maybe Roger will be back here shortly. Roger. Roger.
But I had a quick Google.
You gotta say it three. You gotta say it. You gotta say it 3 times, David.
I had a quick Google and saw enough to see what's going on. I don't think that was ever in code in the UK. But yeah, that looked blind Neil.
Because that's how the first electrical were run in houses is knob and tube. That's very old.
Yeah,
there is some houses that still have it, and what is even scarier is because I used to do a lot of renovations. Right. Some houses have knob and tube and normal electrical, and you're not supposed to tie into that knob and tube and run new wires. You're supposed to take it off and put new one. But a lot of people they
just short circuit. Well, no, wrong phrase. Shortcut the job.
Right. Yeah. They want to save money, but they might at their cost of their life or their house.
Yeah.
Hey, Roger.
Roxy got whoever was making her bark by the neck, and he's trying to get her off. That's what's happening.
Did he say he was going up for Roxy, or was he going to the little boy's room?
I don't know. The dog started barking, and he says, "I'll be right back."
Oh, okay. Probably a delivery.
No problem, Rick. I had a quick look on Google and saw images, and I've got it up, and I'll go and have a read up after.
Paste.
Oh, my son's coming in now. The cat's bothering him to be fed.
Oh, yeah.
What's in your dish?
Cool. I'll keep watching you guys, and I'll get back to work. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Okie doke. Take care.
I think I got a guy coming to I got a guy coming to buy my Mini.
Oh, that's good.
Well, it's good and bad. Like I said, my problem is, David, I look at my drones like they're family. Like somebody's not buying them, they're adopting them. You know, it's
Yeah. But no, it's good that somebody's going to be flying it and using it. Because if you're not using it, then
no, I'm not. I am
it's
not.
no point having it lying around.
Exactly.
I mean, part of the reason I've only got the Spark is because the rules are changing. I don't have the money to go out and buy a drone, and
well, and especially
I'm still enjoying the Spark. That's the thing.
And with the rules changing on you, David, you don't know what to buy, do you?
Exactly. Yeah. With the latest twist and from the CAA, I could buy the Mini or the Air 2 of the current drones without too much problem. But then you hit up against the other barrier. The Fly More combo is best part of £1,000. And I just don't have that spare at the moment. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I'd rather spend the money. You know, I could go out and get one now, but I'd rather have that money to go away in the motorhome and fly the Spark. That's the way it is when you're retired, fixed income. I'll get one day when the Spark's broke, but at the moment it's flying well again.
Well, and it's doing what you want it to do. I'm a firm believer, David, of fly what you love and love what you fly, you know?
Well, I wanted a drone. I went out and looked, and I at the time of buying, I picked the Spark because of its size, and it still did 1080 at 30 frames per second. That was, you know, when I bought it, that was fine, but the size is still the important factor. A friend of mine's got the Mavic something, one of the Mavics, and compared to the Spark, his kit is huge. Whereas I've got all mine in one small blue bag, which goes straight in the motorhome, and it's out of the way, no bother, until I take it out and fly it.
Hey, Roger, Rick was going to get on here and explain to David Nobbin too, but he's back to work now, so
okay.
He was in the green room, but he went back.
Okay. I'm sorry about that, Carpenter Rick. My landlord came over and I had to talk to him.
Taking care of business.
Blind Neil says, I think I will try Zoom for a test stream this afternoon. Okay. Hey, West Haven, how you doing?
Hey, West Haven, how you doing?
Yeah. Blind Neil's got a slant on what you just said, Paul.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I guess it is. But then again, even if you have them, doesn't it cost money for you to get them in the first place? Children, I'm talking about. So, you know, there's no free births unless you go out in the middle of the woods, have the lady lean up against a tree, chew on a stick, and deliver the baby.
I wondered where that was going for a minute.
Well, I got to think that, you know, years and years and years and years ago, that's the way that people had babies. They had them in their own homes and, you know, just kind of gritted their teeth. And you had midwives come over and all the dad would do was boil the water and didn't know what the hell he was boiling water for, but he did. I think it was giving him something to get him the hell out of the room.
Yeah, a ploy to get us out of the way that was, I'm sure of it.
Okay, everybody in the chat, I'm going to be closing down. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm sorry I was absent for a while. And we'll see you all again tomorrow morning.
Are you on tonight again, Roger?
No,
Take care, everyone.
no.
You never know. Roger's the kind of guy that can surprise you, David.
The tank is on tonight at 9:30 tonight, guys, Eastern Standard Time. So check out the Tank RC.
Okay.
And everybody have a good one. Goodbye for now in the stream. Thank you all for being here.